Okay, I think we're live. It said we're live. I I did this a whole new way, and so it's probably all messed up, and it's probably never going to work. But there you go. So I tried to set it up because I want to be able to schedule these right, and thus give people better warning, especially if it's not notifying folks in a timely fashion. Blah blah blah. Right. So I figured I would set up a scheduled one. I didn't schedule. I scheduled for like half an hour ahead. Now the other ones would be, whatever, yes, a day ahead or more than that. But so anyway, so I did that. I just don't know. I assume that I'm live now because it doesn't exactly. It doesn't quite get you there. So, but it's been ample time. It's only a couple seconds typically that it gets to YouTube. Here we go. Anyway, welcome. Uh, it is a glorious Wednesday evening. We are playing. I decided we'll play some Magic Realm, even though there's a couple games I really should have sucked up and played. I had a couple ones that I wanted to get to. Plus, I have my darn Crown and Skull review to get done. I also bought Shadow Dark. I have a couple thoughts about that. So stuff's backing up here. I need to get my crap together, I think, a little bit. So, but here we are. We're playing some Magic Realm. Instead of getting my crap together, we're going to play Magic Realm. How's that? So we're playing some Magic Realm. It's going to be a 12 victory point sprint. Now, speaking of getting my crap together, my all my bits aren't ready, so I'm going to get my stuff ready while I chat with y'all. So we got the White Knight, the Druid, the Berserker, and the Wizard. And I just picked some random guys from all across my tournament scoreboard. And I decided let's just put them together. So if we look at the tournament scoreboard here, you'll see the White Knight's in first place, having scored 4 points in all three of his games. The Druid is 10.5. That's pretty good. The Wizard's at the bottom with 4. And 1 death to the Lancers, by the way. And the Berserker is right below him, 2 deaths. So not great in any case, those bottom two. Let's see if they can even the odds a little bit here and shoot up the leaderboard and drag the White Knight and the Druid down a bit, right? Maybe the White Knight and the Druid can score 0 points, and these guys can shoot up the leaderboard a little bit. Or maybe not. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to turn myself down the tiniest bit. I'm being a little bit loud. So yeah, let's look real quick. None of these guys is doing anything special. White Knight has Make Hull, of course. We have Troll Slayer, Plant Your Flag, and Rescue. We have to roll Plant Your Flag, so let's do that right now. 6-3, Deep Woods 3. Okay. It's never the worst. It's a little bit far for the Knight, so that's probably not the best of his use of his moves. But if you look, he wanders this way over the mountain, Nutwoods, Borderlands, Ruin, done. So he could get there probably week 2 is my guess. So, excuse me. Oh, geez, there you go. There's our yarn. It's a couple minutes in. I have not actually done that in quite a while, but some nights are worse than others. Rescue's always good, and Troll Slayer is not bad if the White Knight has the Morning Star, as opposed to the Sword. The Druid, explore the cliff. The cliff is right here. Now, that is deceptively far away because The inn's in actually a pretty bad location. You have to go through the caves to get there. So he's got to do a loop, literally. Oops, I still have this up. That's probably bad. There we go. So yeah, so literally up the ledges, the dark valley, through the caves, evil valley, deep woods, cliff. He has woodwork. I'm not super. I don't know. That's a good one to keep. And armor he has to keep because he turned it in. In fact, I might just turn in woodwork right now. I thought I'd keep that one being, being sort of druidic here. But heck with that, we're turning it in. He gets snake charmer. So I'm going to, which he has to keep, of course. That's good because it's, I have sort of mentally categorized some of these cards. Like that card, Snake Charmer, is good because it's a defensive card. Not only do you get a point for meeting snakes, you get a snake, but you also avoid a snake confrontation. And so that's a great card. Hey, what's up, Raven? How are you? By the way, you missed Monday. It is my favorite game ever. I'm doing good. How are you? But you missed Monday. We were ready for you on Monday, and you missed it. We're going to do next Monday. So if you want to be there, get your mastermind ready on Torchbearer, and we can go Homecoming Torchbearer, and we can go roll with the Widows. So the Druid, the only dud here, the real dud, is Armorer, because the Druid doesn't have any armor, and any armor he has wouldn't be damaged. I know, but I was sick. I actually got ill, so I'm sorry about that. I do apologize, by the way. No. I posted. I had to post and said I can't make it. Like there's no way. I tried through the afternoon. I was like, I'll feel better here, but I didn't. I actually got worse and worse. I was like, oh. So, but it was 24 hours, whatever it was. It was pretty quickie. So in and out there. So yeah, so he'll probably try to get rid of armor as soon as possible because it just doesn't fit his character at all. He can't get rid of it before the game because he dropped a card to get that card. And the rule is you got to keep your second card there. The Berserker, big, bad, beefy, monster puncher. He has big game. That works for him. Take cover is good. Again, a defensive card. Anytime he's unhidden, he can become hidden. We got to mid-ish teens. Low to mid-teens. He has trinkets, encounter a giant, and give him a small treasure. He'll give you a large treasure. And so not those are good. Those are good for him. No, we're both widows. We're both widows, Raven. And finally, we got the wizard, Cursebreaker. I'm not super sure how I feel about that. Simply because it's not super easy to get a curse. You have to find certain treasure sites, or you have to find certain monsters, and so on. So, and then you have to break the curse. You have to get rid of the curse. So you have to stop at the order. So I think he actually probably gets rid of that one. That's hard for almost any character, unless you literally take spells to break curses. Oh, Pub Crawl's worse, though. Pub Crawl's worse. Pub Crawl's worse. Actually, a tank showed up. TV showed up, and he tanked, and it was pretty effective. Like, once he showed up, we really, really tore everything up pretty good. A mastermind will do even better at that too. So looking forward to it. Okay, so pub crawl, not great. This is a bad map for it. As you can see, pub crawl is visit every garrison. So this garrison obviously is visited already. This garrison's fine. It's just the other two, the inn and the order, are really on opposite corners of the board. Like, they're a mess. So I think we want to get rid of pub crawl if we could. But again, since we drew it as a discard, we can't redraw before the game. We have to end a day in a dwelling. So not super jazzed about that. So, okay. Our events today, as you can see on the board, are Druid's test. So the test is here. Fairy ring here. No one is super close to those. Like I said, it seems like these guys are close, but in reality, they're pretty far away because they got to loop all the way around here. The wizard is the closest to these. Maybe the white knight is close too, given, yeah, he can go through the runes. So here we are, and that's it. I think we're ready to start our day here. So, I mean, the white knight has an easy first day. Oh, by the way, yes, I do also have. I did add these. So we random draw the colors at the end of the week, as you can see here. So it's going to be gray week 1, gold. White is only till week 3. That actually matters for the white knight, since the white knight can really only cast in the chapel or on the day when white magic is available to him. That won't be till day 21. So a little bit rough. I don't mind you guys talking about it. The only time I had to admonish you and keep you guys on track was simply when I was interviewing Scott. That was disruptive simply because the chat space, really, there was, I was looking for questions from folks. That's all. So here, I just won't be able to chat as much on off topics as much. So the white knight has an easy first day, pretty much. I think he trades. He trades all day, pretty much, and then we should record our extra rest phase. Nope, not a big deal. When we record an extra rest phase to just to remind ourselves we get an extra rest phase, because I usually forget on the white knight. So trade all day, and our goal is to turn in this greatsword for a morning star. The greatsword's a decent weapon, but it's just not as good for the white knight as the fast morning star. I didn't want you to leave, but yes, I just had to keep the chat on track there a little bit. The Druid. So remember, the Druid wants to get rid of Armorer, so he has a little bit of incentive to stay put on day 1. But I don't know that I'm going to stay put on day 1. I think we're just going to go for it. Now, the Druid took Summon Animal and Nudge, so we will cast Nudge at the end of the day. I don't know why these cards look different size to me, but that bothers me a little bit. But okay. Oh, I gotta turn chits over here. We're gonna turn 2 of these over like that. And the reason we're gonna cast Nudge is to make Summon Animal awesome, because that allows us to change 1 die by 1 face. And Summon Animal is not really, we're not going to use it super offensively. Our goal is not to be Combat Druid. Our real goal is to try to roll 3s and 4s for Summon Animal. because we can walk the woods with the serpent and we can fly with the bat. So we do get a little bit of utility. It's just that 3 and 4 don't come up super often compared to 5s and 6s. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to head into the ledges. We will hide once. We'll head into the ledges, get to ledges 1, see what's there. And since the Druid has peace with nature, we probably don't have too much of a problem. So we're going to move into ledges 1. There's our first turn for the Druid. Our first turn for the Berserker. I do want to hire a random rogue to sort of travel with me. Even 1 makes that battle axe he carries a lot better. So I think we will hire a rogue. We will actually trade with the rogues first, and then we'll hire. We also get an extra rest as the Berserker. Good to remember that. And finally, the Wizard. So the Wizard has type 2, 3, and 4 magic. So gray, gold, and purple. He has taken Flame Sword and Sleep as his 2 spells. So we're playing melee Wizard with Sleep as his escape route. So he can escape almost anything in the game. Almost. Pretty much the same crap which worries the Woods Girl and the Swordsman worry the Wizard now. And the bats worry him a little bit for various reasons. And the Lancers killed him last time, so definitely worried. So where are we at? The Wizard starts actually up here at the house. And what do we have? We have Pub Crawl, which I do not want. I just don't want that spell. But I do think... So I think what we're going to do is we are going to march up into the crag, do a single search, and then we're going to move back to the house. And the idea there is we can walk up, we can do a peer. The Druid cannot heal himself. I do not have a healing spell for the Druid. But the Druid, so here's the trick. And this is I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put a board here, and I will put a board up here. But here's the trick with the Druid. He's not going to get injured because he is a light character. So almost all damage he takes is fatal. So the Druid is very much a non-combatant 9 times out of 10. He's going to use his peace with nature to avoid combat. He's going to use his hide ability to be unseen. And we're going to hope that if he does get into a situation where combat is necessary, he can roll a good summon to either draw them off of him with, say, the wolves, or to kick their butts with, say, the bear or the serpent. So we will see, or tank it with the basilisk. We'll see how that works. But that is definitely not our first hope with him. So I think that is everyone. So we're going to walk up here. We're going to peer. And when we peer, we're actually hoping for a 5. Because we get clues. So we can at least see what's up here. And then walk out. Done. And so we can end our day at the right place. Huh. No, all good. So we walk up, we peer, we hope to get a 5. If we get a 5, we get to look at these chits. And then we can see if this is worth exploring. Because this is a rough place to explore. The crag takes days to explore. But that's it. That's day 1. We're ready to roll here. Let's get a monster roll today. And the monster roll is a 5. So spiders will appear and the imps will appear. The spiders will appear in the mountains. So, and the Druid is first. Yeah, the wizard casts Flame Sword and Sleep. Those are his 2 spells that he starts with to this time. There are a few other spells he could have started with. This is one of the good combos, I feel. So we're starting with the Druid. The Druid hides and then goes to here. So he rolls 1 die to hide. A 6 is a failure. Everything else is a success. Let's not fail. He does not fail. So he starts hidden. He flips these. Bones and the layer in 3. Well, that's intriguing. That's a good start. Now, the special power of the Druid is he doesn't care what this is because he gets to... I don't flip it back over because I want to remember what it is, but he technically flips that back over and never draws. He could buy... Yes, he could get a fireball, the wizard. He does not have one because I picked Flame Sword instead. There are reasons for that. Statistically, for certain combats, he's just better with the Flame Sword. There are some combats he automatically wins with the Flame Sword. The Fireball can win him different combats, but at a really way lower percentage chance, just because of the way missiles work when he hits folks. So Druid's first, he's hidden. He sees the layer. Well, he knows the layer's in 3. That would be an interesting place to loot right out. Berserker is next. So the Berserker is going to trade with the rogues. So we go down to the rogues treasure list here. We all have 10 gold. It's not enough to buy one of these horses, really, because they all cost more than their base. Quick Boots, not great for the Berserker because he's too heavy. And the Phantom Glass. Must use Magic Sight. Not great for either of those. I am going to roll on one of these workhorses. I'll roll on the 12 gold workhorse here. Yeah, summons are all stilted against. You have summon elemental. There's summon animal, which we have there. The magician can transform himself into a dragon. Several characters can transform themselves also. But the 2 big summons are summon animal, which you'll see a basilisk is the biggest thing, but that only happens 1 out of 36 times because of the way the random rolls go. And then there's summon elemental also. So we're going to trade for one of the workhorses. We are friendly with the rogues. We really only have a chance of buying it if it's an opportunity. Double ones. No, price times 2. So it's still going to cost us 24 to buy that biggest workhorse. So we're not going to do it. Now we get to hire the rogues. Rogue 7 cost $1. Times whatever we roll here. So let's see. What are we going to roll? Ooh, times 4. Now, I'm going to hire him for $4. And do we hire a second guy? We're going to roll on it. We have 3 more hires. Nope, that's a no deal. And no. So we get this guy for $4. So there you go. So we'll have Rogue 7 for a term of 2 weeks. So I'm going to put Rogue 7 down here just to make sure we recall when he goes away. And and he has $6 left. So done. And let me update my scoreboard, which I usually forget to do on those purchases. And finally, last but not least, oh no, that's just the Berserker. Now we have the White Knight. So the White Knight is going to hire, trade, I mean. So he's going to trade with the Order. His first trade is going to be... Nope, he's just going to trade with the Order. He doesn't have to sell his sword ahead of time. He can use it to make change. So he's going to see what we got. Ooh, those 7 League boots are sweet. He's not going to trade for them because that's not what he's here to do. But he is coming back for those because it gives you an extra move. That is super powerful in the game. What he's actually looking for is the Morning Star Yes, it's good primarily for combat, Raven. For the Berserker, especially, because he doesn't need him to carry anything. He just needs someone to take shots while he axe them to death with an axe. that's he just pushes them out there. You go kill that guy, and the guy's like and the Berserker just goes and takes him out. And the Morningstar is good because of this side. This H3 side is really powerful for the White Knight. That's what we're going for. We are friendly with the with our boys here. I'm gonna pull. Yeah, we're friendly, and so what we're looking for is price times 2. But we subtract 1 from each die because the White Knight is so honorable. Oh, we get price times 2 or an opportunity. We're going to take... Oh, that's interesting. No, it's not. You know what? We've made the roll. We're going to take price times 2 on that. So that's 16 bucks. We're going to trade this in for 10. And so for 6, so we now have 4 left out of our original 10 pocket change there. And we're going to give them this guy and take that guy. Mission accomplished. That is our first trade. So we're going to roll 3 times on this guy, this 7 league boots, just in case we can get price times 1, which we would buy. So we're friendly with them again. We subtract 1 from each of these. Nope, that's bad. 1, 2 is price. That's a price times 2. Nope, can't do it. No. Good enough. We'll be back for these. Those boots are, to put it in knightly terms, the shit. So we want those boots. Done. And then last but not least is the wizard. So the wizard is going to, what'd I say? He's going to walk on into the crag. He's going to search the crag, peering, hopefully to see, and then return back to the house so he can turn in his bum quest there. So let's see what the peer roll is. We're looking for a 5. In Magic Realm, you take the worst of the 2 dice, which is the highest die. You almost always want to roll low in Magic Realm. We got a 4, not good. We got hidden enemies. That's not useful. That wasn't what we wanted. So we don't get to check those out. So we'll come back down here. And so what do we got? No one appears at the dwellings because only the Bashkars can appear, and they appear at the campfire on a roll of a 5. We have some people who want to cast. The Druid wants to cast Nudge. So that's a type 8, and he requires gray magic to do it. So he is going to fatigue this and this chit here, and he is going to turn. Do they have helms? Yeah, they have helms. There are helms in there's not many, right? But there's a helmet slot here. You see that guy. But none of these guys have them to start. The only guy... Oh, no, I'm sorry. So the White Knight has the suit of armor, so he has all-around armor, and then the Berserker has his helmet. That's all he has. He's got a helmet and an axe. Not even wearing pants. Like, that is how manly that dude is. And, yeah, so yes, we have 2 helmets here. Technically, I suppose. I mean... The one guy has just an overall suit of armor that has a helmet sort of included. So we're going to cast Nudge. What Nudge does is it allows us to take any roll we make and adjust. Oops, I'm sorry. Jeez. Okay, that wasn't great. Take any roll we make and take one of the dice and adjust it by 1. So, for instance, we could take. Oh, I want to summon a serpent instead of a bat, and we could flip that like that. And then our highest roll is a 3. We would get a serpent. And the reason we took summon animal, no pants Friday on a Tuesday. Yeah, he's casual every day. The Berserker is casual day all day, every day. So I don't think the Druid's going to cast summon animal this evening because I don't think it actually matters because his choice is either to make a beeline for the caves because he has to get through the caves to do all the other things he's got to do. The caves is the big divider of the map. These guys are stuck behind this cave. So they're both going to have to get through them. So he either makes a beeline or he stops at the lair and tries to loot the lair out. Maybe get some nice treasures. Maybe grab a potion because this druid wants a potion. And so on. All right, but that's day one, and we are done. It is day two. The White Knight is now ready to go. He is very excited with his new Morning Star. He needs to go find some money as soon as possible to come back and buy those boots. So I say we explore the mountains. So, I mean, as dumb as it is, I think he's just going to, now is he going to hide? I think he's going to hide twice and move twice to here. So we're going to do 2 hides, and then a move into the mountain. And then our extra rest, of course, as usual. We'll either remember that or forget it. I think the Druid, yeah, I'm with you. I think we're looting the lair, don't you? I think we move to and search for the lair. And the reason why we're not going to hide. Because it takes one of our 4 turns. Instead, we're going to search twice. That'll give us a better chance of finding the lair. And the Druid, I mean, one of his main abilities is he's really fast. That L2. 2 is only a 1 is faster. Low numbers are better in speed-wise. And generally everywhere in Magic Realm, low numbers are better. But that L2 means he can run from almost every creature in the game. And certainly the dragon that's going to appear here, he can run from. The Berserker, having said that, also sees the lair is there. And he wants to make a beeline as best as he can too. 1, 2, 3, and he will hide. So he's going to hide, move, and move into the ledges. Extra rest, of course. Done. And then finally the wizard is, oh wait, and I didn't get rid of cards. The wizard wants to get rid of pub crawl because he ended his day at a dwelling. If you end your day in a dwelling, you get to ditch quests you no longer want. That was his. And he has Explore the Crag. Oh, geez. Okay, well, that's both good and bad. Also, I'm going to mark that he has $10, just so we remember. Also, the Druid has $10, just so I remember. Now, the thing about Explore the Crag is the crag is right there. The bad thing is the crag takes a full week to get through. But it's worth 2 points. And he gets Mountain Spirit. If he succeeds in this, he gets Mountain Spirit, meaning he no longer turns over sound and warning chits when you end your day in a mountain clearing. So he becomes like as quiet as the Druid, only in the mountains. I mean, I think we're doing it. I think that's the first thing we do, is we're just going to do that. So having gotten that, I think we go 2 and 5. Done. We're just going to move, because it takes 2 moves, 2 turns to go to any of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get 4 a day. So I think that's what he's doing. He's going to move 2 and move 2 into the crag like that. He has Take Cover, which will save him if a monster comes and jumps him. That's, there you go. We're ready for day 2. Let's get a monster roll up. We don't want a 1. If a 1 comes up, then the Druid gets jumped by the dragon, because 1 draws dragons. 2, Serpents and Demons. Well, That means the Druid is safe today, at the very least. We don't know about everybody else. The Wizard is first. The Berserker is second. The Wizard goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and makes his way through the crags. So he has hit... Get your mountain climbing boots on, people. You're right. So I usually do this. I put on the scoreboard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has moved through clearings 2 and 5 today. And let's turn these over. He gets Dank with Spiders and the Lost Castle in 1. Ooh, a little bit of danger there, because now we take these 5 chits and we turn them all over. Cairns in 5. That's a treasure site with a giant spider. The Shrine in 4. Ooh, okay. Flutter 1. That's bats or dragons. Howl in 5. Bats. Patter 5. Spiders. Oof. That's rough. That's not rough. Having said that, the only thing that draws is the Shrine. And the Shrine draws the Winged Demon. And there he is. That is... It's a little rough for our guy. The reason it's a little rough for our guy... The Wizard with the Flame Sword can do enough damage to kill a tremendous unarmored monster, which is what the Demon is. But the Demon is wily and quick and hard to hit with that 3 speed there. This is his defense speed right there. This is his attack speed. So that is not the greatest. And the Wizard is slow. The Wizard is... Whew. Okay, I'll get to you in a minute. So he's going to be hit automatically by this guy, who's then going to cast Power of the Pit on him. And that's not going to be great. Demon's tough. The Demon can be tough. The Demon can do all kinds of nasty bits. So I am not super thrilled. Having said that, we can escape the Demon if we need to. We can do it by casting Sleep. And Sleep will put the Demon in suspended animation. We won't be able to fight him, but we can escape him. But then, because of the way the Wizard's chits are, we're going to have to rest and get that done. Now, the bonus the Wizard has is the Wizard knows all of these secret paths and passages that exist. And so once the Wizard gets past him once, the Knight can kill it, but this is not a good fight for the Knight either because of the speed of the Demon. And Power of the Pit is sort of wonky. It can do really nasty things to you when it hits you. So, for instance, Rust burns all your armor down, either damages or destroys it. Forget takes all of your magic chits and throws them away. Blight is awful. It's every chit that has any asterisk on it at all is wounded. That's awful. Terror kills. Burns all light, medium, strength chits, which kills the Druid, kills the Wizard outright. So that's Terror. Carried Away, you're killed. And Fiery Chasm, everyone in the clearing's killed. So, I mean, it's just dangerous. It is, you roll both these dice, and let's see. Oh, the Wizard was hit. Blight. Every chit with an asterisk on it has to go into the wounded pile, which is all but 4 of them. So it can go real south real fast. I don't know that I would fight him with almost anybody right now on this board because of his speed. So that was the Wizard, and he's up there, and that happened. But nothing else showed up, so we are good for the day. The Berserker. Berserker's going to hide and go 1, 2, 3. Roll 2 dice, and if he gets a 6 on either one, he fails. It's about a 30% chance to fail. And he doesn't. He's there. And nothing appears because we are looking for triangles. Triangles are serpents and demons. See, that triangle would, on the chits, say what appears. And he is done. The Druid, not hidden, goes 1, 2. He's going to search 2 times. On a search, a 4 or a 1. That's a 3. That's no good. Let's try a 4 or a 1. That's also a 3. Also no good. Ooh. I got a 3 the first time, correct? Yeah, I did. You know what? I hate to say it. So, because I got a 3 on the first roll, I'm going to use my nudge chit, which fatigues it. And I'm going to turn that into a 4. So this 3, which I rolled on my first time also, becomes a 4. 4 locates the lair. So on the first attempt, the Druid locates the lair. The spirits, the nature spirits are helping him. And so on his second roll, he then gets to search the lair instead of trying to locate it again. So we're going to go over here and roll 2 dice and pick up that treasure. 5. We get the 5th treasure in the pile. It is the Draught of Speed. It's a potion. And what it does is the number of asterisks on the chit determine its speed. That absolutely doesn't help the Druid at all, because that's about how fast he is. Now, what this does mean, though, is that he has the requirement for this guy's quest. This guy just wants anyone to bring him a potion, and if he can get to him with a potion first, he's going to get the benefit and get that victory point. So that's the Druid's day. And that's it. He's done. So he is done. And now it's the White Knight. The White Knight goes 2. He hides twice. He's looking for not a 6, and he gets not a 6. Smoke, so dragons. Statue. That's a treasure site. It's the imp. Only has 3 treasures in it. It's not great. It's not the best site. 50-50 whether I would, whether I should go for that. I would love to get 1 little treasure even to go sell back at the chapel to get those boots. Ooh, I really would. I'll think about that. I will consider it. But I do think that's our entire day today. I do think that's our entire day. Okay. So pretty much the knight has to make the call whether he's going to go to the statue or head in further. The problem with the statue is that it only has 3 treasures. What that means is that after you find it, when you loot it, you have to roll a 3, a 2, or a 1. And remember, you take the highest die. So 3, 2, or 1 is actually a reasonably low chance. I think it's, let's see, a 1 is 1 in 36. 4 in 36 is a 1 or a 2. 9 in 36. It's a 25% chance to drag treasure out of the statue. And then you're gonna get a curse. And that's not terrible because the White Knight is literally right here. And the chapel will remove curses for you, so it's not a huge deal. It's just I don't want to sit there for, say, 4 days and be trying to loot a treasure out and not getting it. That would sort of stink. On the other hand, if we take a look at the board, I see 2 treasure sites here, 3 treasure sites there. This is the 4th treasure site. That means half the sites are out already. There's only 8. And so, it's reasonably likely that the Borderlands has nothing, for instance. I'm going to say let's go for it. So we're going to move to the statue today. I am then going to, we're going to hide and we're going to search and search. I want to hide because I don't want to get the 2 dragons on me. So Smoke M can draw these 2 punks. And I don't want these 2 dragons on me and not be hidden. If you're hidden, you can usually make that fight work. If you're not hidden, it becomes way harder, way fast. That leads us to the Druid. And the Druid, I mean, it sort of behooves him. I think I'm going to search 3 times and then rest once, because I want to get some of these chits back into play. He doesn't... Yeah, that's all. I just want to get some of these back into play. The Berserker, I think the Berserker has to hide and go 1, 2. So we're going to hide. We're going to move to the lair. And we are going to search, of course, there. Done. And the Wizard. So the Wizard, I think he moves 1, 2, 3, 4. And just moves and moves, just like that. And he will have to rely on... I would love to... Well, let me see something. Hold on. Let me. If I enchant this tile, what does it look like? Oh, there's gold in everything. Oh, my lord. That is beautiful. All right. Is that really the case? Yeah, it looks like gold, gray, and... I mean, that is pretty amazing. As opposed to... Let me look real quick. Purple, gold. Yeah. No, okay. Okay. All right. So I think we're not going to... So I think we're going to be a little bit different today. We are going to hide, just because. We're going to enchant. That's a SP per spell. And then I think we move. Nope, that didn't help us. To 3, yeah. Oops, god darn it. So the reason gold magic is good for the Wizard is because it allows him... So to cast a spell, you need a chit with the correct type. In this case, that would be this guy. So it's a type 3 spell. Now, unfortunately, this version of the game has goofy symbols instead of the Roman numerals, which the other old version of the game had. So that's a type 3. You just have to believe me. You also need a gold mote of magic, right? Which you can do by flipping certain chits. But when you cast, they both go into the fatigue bucket, which means it's harder to rest those chits. But if he has gold magic in the clearing, he doesn't need that second chit. He can just cast it with the single spell chit. So by enchanting the tile, he now can cast both of his spells at will in these clearings. So that's very powerful for the Wizard. And the Wizard is the best enchanter in the game. So he's going to hide, spell up, and then move into 3. So that is going to ease his way here a little bit. So on day 3, let's see what monsters are out and about. Ooh, ogres, wolves, goblins, and octopi. Okay. Well, I mean, the Druid doesn't care. The Druid is all about looting the lair. So we get 3 rolls on this bad boy. Ooh, we get the top one. Very exciting. The top one is Oh, he can't carry it, son of a bitch. So this is the golden crown. He would literally wear it there on his helmet slot. Smash attacks, break it if it's destroyed, and he gets him 48 gold. But it's too heavy for him to carry. Ah, I hate that. Okay. Because he's a light character. And the reason you can tell that is because A, it says light up top, and B, see his move chits are all L's. So that means the heaviest thing he can carry is an L. So I think we're going to have to discard that. He doesn't have to discard it now. He could just keep it, but I mean, honestly, how about this? I'm going to hold on to it momentarily because he doesn't have to sort of hold it. It has it at his feet. This incredibly heavy golden leaden crown that weighs a ton. He has it until he has to leave the clearing. He doesn't have to check his chits to see if he can carry it. So he's going to keep that for right now. So that was just his first roll. That's one. Second roll is a 1 again. Oh my gosh. Please be something he can carry. Oh. Okay. He also draws the Belt of Strength, which is sort of hilarious. Because now, I'm so glad I kept that crown. Because now, his chits, all of his chits, gain a strength based on the number of asterisks on them. So these are called effort asterisks, and they normally tell you how much you tire when you do a thing. But now that means this is a tremendous chit, and this is a tremendous chit. With that Belt of Strength on, he becomes one of the strongest guys in the game. And now he can wear the golden crown. I think will wear it momentarily, but that's going to give him a great treasure, so keep that in mind. And that means that he is the first guy to score, because the player with the most great treasures gets 2 points. Right now, he is the most great treasures. That's that red outline. If he sells that to the guard, he gets 20 prowess and $50. That was a sweet combo, and he's still only on his second roll. Let's get the third roll down. Let's roll another one, just because the chance of that would be so amazing. Okay, I'd go to Vegas. Unfortunately, there's only 4 treasures left in the pile, and he drew the 5th treasure, so he gets nothing that last draw, and then he's going to rest. And he will rest, I believe, his type 2 chit. These are nature type 2. It's the horns. That's how I remember. This is the type 8. They are curses and ill omens. And done. We are done. So that was actually amazing for the Druid. And nothing appears because nothing is going to appear in that tile today based on those chits. The Wizard. So the Wizard's going to hide. So we'll roll. Anything but a 6 will hide him. But he's not hidden. He fails to hide. So that is a problem for us. I don't think anything's going to come, though. I don't think anything draws in the mountains on a roll of a 3. He now, he is going to, he's going to burn this chit to enchant this tile. Boom. Now it has all the color. And then he moves. Nothing appears. Patter is goblins in caves. Howl is goblins in caves. Not in the mountains. So done. Who's next? The Berserker. So the Berserker is going to hide. And he moves, and he does, and so he hides. He comes here. He's going to try to search. He needs a 4 or a 1 to find the lair. He does get it, so he finds the lair also. And he's hoping to pull maybe one trinket out of there. You know what I mean? Like one thing out of there. The White Knight heads back to the statue. I think he will hide. Yeah, he's going to hide just in case. We don't want to get jumped by dragons. We won't today. Oh, he doesn't hide, though. He fails. He's going to search twice. He needs a 4 or a 1. We're hoping to get that. He gets a 3. Not quite what he needs. Come on, guys. 4. No, that's a 6. Womp womp. Okay, he doesn't find anything. He is done for the day. So our score is 2-0. The Druid is up on top. I think we give this one more day to marinate. We're going to hide and search 3 times. Hope something good happens. I think the Druid, again, is going to just do the same thing. Well, yeah, we're going to do one more day. One more day. Because that was a pretty damn good day. I don't know what the Druid is going to do with his newfound power. Problem is, he still only has a knife, and that sort of sucks. So he needs, if he's going to actually become a badass, he needs a better weapon. But I'm not super worried about that just yet. I would like to get down to the Druid's clearing here, which means he has to go to here and here. I just feel wrong leaving a treasure back necessarily. Let's yeah, let's do that. Let's just get this and get one rest. We'll try 3 times. There might not be a treasure left. Who knows, right? The Berserker, well, I mean, he is going to... He's going to search 4 times. And the reason he's going to do that is he is going to... He's going to rely on take cover. Okay, he's going to rely on take cover. And he's going to declare big game. This is pretty easy. He's going to declare it for tremendous. So you can pick what class of monster you're hunting. He's hunting tremendous, the biggest of the big. Because the layer's going to draw tremendous, and Bones is going to draw a giant here. So, done. So he's going to do that. And... now we have the Wizard. So the Wizard now can cast using only a single chit on both of his spells. That's good. That's a good thing for the Wizard. The bad thing for the Wizard is that he got rid of this passage, which I was actually looking forward to using. So I should have thought of that. It's not as big a deal, but it does make his life harder. Does the Wizard have take cover? The Wizard has to... okay. You know what? That doesn't matter. Okay, we're good. We're good. We got this. We do indeed have this. But... it is going to require a little bit of doing on our part. So I could walk in there, just boom, boom, walk right in, right? I could walk in there, and the demon would attack. I would sleep him this first time. And because he has a time 2, a super fast spell chit to cast Sleep, he knocks that guy out before he gets to him. But then moving out of there is difficult because it takes 2 phases to move into the next. So fleeing out of a mountain is hard. Fleeing into a mountain is hard. You were oftentimes caught because of the way the rules work. So it's going to be a little dicey. I think what we're going to do is we're going to move to 6. So we're going to do our double move to 6. I am going to rest for sure. And then I'm going to rest again. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to deliberately fatigue this, because you're allowed to take these colorized magic chits and just burn them. And that's what he's going to do. So tomorrow he's going to move into 6 and rest both of these so that he has 2 sleeps he can cast, which is what he needs. Done. So it's day 4. Sorry, it's slow, but we're chugging along here. 1, dragons are going to pop. So we're going to see all the dragons all day now show up, because the White Knights, the Druid's going to draw them out. The Berserker, it's all bad. The Druid is first. So the Druid gets the first shot at the 4 remaining treasures. He gets the 4th one. There you go. It is the Black Book. Evil. But it does have spells he can learn. So also very good for him. So now he has 2 great treasures. And so he is well in the lead on great treasures. So that's the first roll. Second roll is a... Nope, that's not. He needs a 3, 2, or a 1 now. No, he finds nothing. He's going to rest. And he's going to rest. It doesn't matter. We're going to rest this chit. And then he's going to draw the dragon. Bam. So dragon shows up. Yep, it's the lair. So this big boy shows right on up. Druid cannot kill him without assistance. There is no... And, well, with the weapons he has a little knife. Even with his tremendous strength, the little knife does not generate enough damage to kill the dragon, who is tremendous and armored. It's going to make life hard on the Berserker, though. We'll see that in a minute. White Knight is going to hide and search 3 times. He does hide. He's going to search 3 times. He needs a 4 or a 1 to find the statue. That's a 4. Statue is found. He now has 2 more loots here. So he needs a 3, 2, or a 1. These cards do not count. They're spells. He can't learn any of those. Oh, these 3 cards don't count. So 3, 2, or a 1. Let's get 1 for the White Knight. No, that's a 6. 1 more, and he fails. And these 2 dragons appear in his clearing. But he's hidden, so that's a good start. And finally, our guy here. So we're going to move into... So we move here. And then we rest both of these. Type 2 and a Type 3 chit. Now we have to check for dragons. Flutter. Flutter's in the mountains is going to draw. But I think we got lucky because Flutter in the mountains was already ripped by... The White Knight took these guys. So the wizard gets nothing extra on his space. That's good. That's good for the wizard. He didn't need more pain. So the wizard has traversed 2, 5, 3, and now 6. So he only needs 4 and 1. If only that damn demon wasn't here, he'd be done with this already. But it is, and so we are not yet done. And finally, the Berserker. Ugh. Not great. Not great. I think the Berserker would like to loot. So the Berserker is going to use take cover right now immediately to instantly become hidden with his guy, and he does. So he doesn't even need a hide phase. He becomes hidden. He can search 4 times. He needs a 3, 2, or a 1. And we're rooting for him. No, that's a 4. That's not good enough. That's 1. 2, no. Come on. Get a 3, babe. Get a 3. 3, no. 1, 3. Come on. 1. Just 1. No. And he finds nothing out of there. And that's it. No more dragons come. Each chick can only draw once. Done. All right. That's it. That's what we got. So I do think we have one fight for sure. That's this fight over here. So the Berserker's hidden, which means he's going to be able to take a single free shot from hiding. He is going to ready his axe with this chit. You need to play a fight that's faster than everything that is targeting you. Nothing's targeting him because he is hidden. So any chit will do. It flips over to there, and now he's going to play a tremendous. So he does tremendous damage with this axe. You can up a weapon's grade by 1 with your strength chit here. So he has tremendous, so he can do tremendous, and sharp, because that's what that star means there. So he does T plus damage. So T sharp damage is what I'll say. The sharpness star goes away due to the dragon's armor, but that's still tremendous damage, which will kill the tremendous dragon. This is an auto kill for the Berserker because the Berserker will automatically undercut using this side of the axe. T4 auto hit, baby. T4 auto hit. Absolutely, Rob. How are you, Rob? So we'll roll it just for those who aren't Magic Realm junkies. So the dragon goes to here. He doesn't flip because tremendous monsters never flip unless they hit you. So we resolve attacks. The time on the weapon is a 4. That supersedes his time on the chit. By the way, this is what the White Knight relies on. That's why he bought the Morning Star, because it's a time 3 on its alerted side. So, time 4 undercuts and beats the dragon's time 6, doing tremendous damage. The dragon is killed. We don't have to fatigue anything. It's a pretty easy fight if we're hidden. If we're not hidden, what we do is we tell the swordsman to go out and take the shot, and then we go kill the dragon. That's how that works, by the way. So we kill 1 dragon. That is 10 prowess. And so we put that here in our notoriety column. We have 10 prowess. The Berserker is leading prowess, so he gets 2 points. He's our second guy to score. In addition, Big Game gets turned. He has to return and tell the tale back at a dwelling. Oh, did he do it? No, it's Big Game. Yeah, he doesn't have Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer allows you to do to get a dragon's tooth. Although I do like the idea. Ooh. Yes, you may have given me an idea for a new card on there. So anyway, so we use Take Cover. Big Game is ready to be turned in. I get a new quest card for Take Cover. It is Lucky Day, which I can re-roll a roll at any time. Done. Okay. We are done with that combat. The White Knight has to decide whether he wants a combat. He actually doesn't, believe it or not. He is not going to do a combat. In fact, he is going to leave the clearing, so he ends his day there, and he's going to end up here tomorrow. And you'll see why tomorrow morning. So we're going to write day 5. So day 5, we're going to investigate rescue, which we have to choose a clearing not in our current tile, which we're not in that tile, containing at least one group of monsters. So that's why we wanted to do that. So we wanted to get our rescue settled here. And so we're going to roll a die. We're going to add 2 to it. That's a 5. The company. So the top guy in the company is being held captive by those dragons. And only the White Knight knows about that and can save them. So to do that, he has to clear those out. That is not a safe fight for the White Knight, by the way. It's not the safest fight. But we shall see, is what it comes down to. It's not the safest, but it's not super, super, super dangerous either this close to the chapel. So we're going to see how that goes. He is going to move to the chapel. He is going to hide 2 times. He is going to return to the dragons. Done. The Druid. Well, the Druid is certainly happy that our guy took care of the dragon for him. And he certainly could rub it in his face by looting 3 more times. I actually think it's time for the Druid to get moving. He's gotten a lot of what he needs, so I think we're going to make a run for it and go 1, 2, and go here. And so we're going to go to the Dark Valley. So we are going to move and move into the valley. And then I think we're going to spell X and spell. So every character but the wizard has to blow a phase. They have to prepare their rituals. So that's when you'll see spell X. The Druid is not as good a ritualist, strangely enough, as the Wizard. The Wizard is the best enchanter in the game. The Druid has to use 2 phases to do he has to use a phase to prepare his enchantments. That's what he's going to do. The Berserker wants to turn big game in. I'm pretty sure that's the goal. So he's going to go, well, I'll tell you what he's going to do. He is going to hide and search real quick. 1 more day to try to get 1 treasure out of this lair. Then he's going to run back. And he has lucky days, so he can actually re-roll this. 1 of these. And so I will put a re-roll on there to make sure we remember. So this is where, so for the Wizard, this is where execution matters. I don't mean killing something. I mean executing this move here. He could definitely. So here's the thing. He could totally kill that winged demon. Totally kill him. With the caveat that the demon is going to get a power of the pit attack and he's going to hit the wizard. Done. That's absolutely going to happen. And if that happens, a lot of bad things can occur. So I'm not sure how keen I am on that fight. Now, we could get super lucky, for instance, and win that fight. It's a 33% chance that we kill him, assuming we have Flame Sword cast. And like I said, it just really comes down to what's the role on that power of the pit. When the demon does know he's there, any number of rolls is miserable. A 6 is the best one because it doesn't do anything. Everything from a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 is bad for the wizard. So I think we're going to try to avoid this fight. I really do. So I'm going to hide twice and walk in. It does make this a longer haul, but I think we're going to hide twice and go in. And that's it. So we're ready for day 5. Let's roll a day 5 monster, serpents, and demons. Well, that's okay. That's not going to be any worse for the wizard. And our wizard is first. If he can succeed at one of his hides, and he does, so he wanders in, so the demon doesn't see him, so that's good. And the demon's roaming, but doesn't roam because he's right there. Done. And the wizard is done. The Berserker. I mean, we're going to hide. I mean, no. He has Flame Sword and... I mean, I suppose sleep. But the problem with sleep is, if you do sleep, you are ending the combat. So that's not... strangely not super useful in the sense of trying to get him killed. Get that guy killed, right? His attack spell technically is sleep. The Berserker is hiding, I think. We hiding? Yeah, we're hiding. And anything but a 6? Nope, he rolls a 6. He gets 3 loots. We're looking for a 3, 2, or 1. And I sort of want the Berserker to get something. I'm hoping. I love all my children equally. That's 1. That's a fail there. This is the second roll. He gets a 3, so he gets the 3rd card. That's good. He gets the Gripping Dust. The weapon stays alerted. It's actually sort of useful, strangely enough, but it's also a potion, so he could race the Druid to the Druid. If that makes any sense. We need a 2 or a 1 now. We get the top card. Sweet. Good for the Berserker. Oh, he finds the chest. Okay. I mean, I don't know that a super care, like, that's great, but sure. I need keys for this darn thing. We don't got no keys, so we have to figure that out. It also means we can't really run from anything anymore. We don't run from that much, so all right, good enough. We'll keep the chest with us. Maybe we'll drop it off somewhere at some point. The Berserker's done, though. I sort of wish that was a better treasure than the chest. Nothing appears because serpents and demons don't appear there. The Druid goes, and the Druid is going to go 1, 2. He's then going to Spell X and Spell, which is going to burn that chit. But what that is going to do is then that's going to flip this. Gray magic in every clearing. And now the White Knight goes here. He's going to hide 2 times. That's a failure. We'd rather not fail again. No, and he succeeds. And he goes there. Done. We don't have any fights. The wizard could fight. I think we're going to hold off on that. The White Knight probably will fight. These guys, remember, are not targeting him yet. He is going to ready his weapon here. That's going to give him a time 3 attack. He's going to play that because all he needs is heavy damage to kill these guys. So we're looking for this guy to not flip over or to line right up. He's going to line up. He doesn't line up, actually. He goes right there. Does he flip? This would be bad. He does not flip. So what happens is we undercut, hit, doing heavy damage. That kills that dragon. Now, this weapon flips over to the bad side now. That is problematic. This dragon is now attacking. Done. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to play as fast as we possibly can. So that's his fastest move, so that we don't get auto hit by the dragon. And we will play this chit here, since we can't play more than 2 asterisks around. And I mean, this guy's going to hit us if he hits us. Otherwise, if he goes, so it's 1/3 chance that the dragon will hit us and then we kill it. It's a 2/3 chance that we both miss. And I'm willing to take that chance. 6. So we're going to both miss. Does the dragon flip? He does not. Done. So we have to fatigue 1 asterisk because we played 2, so we fatigue 1. Our weapon flips over to the alerted side because we missed. And now we're going to play... now we're going to slow play this, and I'll tell you why. Our attack is faster now, so it's going to hit first because it's an H3 versus an H4. So he's going to hit us automatically, but we will hit him first. And if he flips to this side, he doesn't do anything to us because his light attack can't get through the armor. So this is literally just, we'll let him charge down on us. 6, so he goes down here. Does he flip? If he does not flip, he does. That sucks a little bit, but it's fine. So the dragon hits us. Well, we missed the dragon first because we no longer undercut him because he's now a move 3. So done. Our attack is done. Dragon hits us because he hits armor. If he doesn't do medium damage or better, he does nothing. And so we take nothing. So we're just going to keep playing like that. That's 1 round where nothing happened, though. We don't want that again. So that sucks a little bit. I mean, we're gonna play. We call it play to fatigue. So we're gonna play that chit. That is a 4. So he's gonna line up with us. So that's good. Oops. He does not flip. So our attack goes first because it's an H3. We do hit him because we intercept him. We kill him. We have to fatigue a fight. We're going to fatigue that fight. Done. So that was a fairly successful fight for the White Knight. That is 2 dragons. There are 2 flyers. That's 15. We have 15 prowess. So what that means is the White Knight now takes the lead in prowess. So he scores 2 points. The Berserker scores a single point. So there's 3 points in every category, 2 to the leader, 1 to the second place guy. The White Knight also scores rescue. So he grabs the captive, who is now his buddy. He also scores a victory point because he scored the card. We put that in fame. So he now has 1 card and 2 prowess points and a follower. Done. And the White Knight takes the lead 3 to 2 to 1. And now he has Monster Lord, which is also a very good for the White Knight. Because now he can call monsters to a group of monsters to his clearing and kill them, and that succeeds at the monster lore. I'm going to put these cards here just because I for some reason, I'll be totally honest, I hate the spell cards on top of the treasure cards. It drives me nuts. And it ruins sort of the nice draw card macro that the guy wrote for this. Okay, so that was quite the night, quite the evening for our heroes. Pretty good for the knight there. The knight, I think. So the knight has seen what he has seen. Yeah, only the imp could appear. So I think the knight searches a day, a whole day. He's going to search out the statue and hope to find the statue. I believe that the druid is going to move in. Remember, you only get 2 days if you are in a cave. So that sucks a little bit, and these are the caves. So move CS. The naming convention typically is first letter, last letter, if there's a question. We got to turn in big game still. And there's only 2 treasures left, I think. Oh, there's a single treasure left. Forget it. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and end up in the valley. So move to the valley, and we're going to head back to score big game. The wizard is going to hide if he can. If he does, he is going to rest once. No, he doesn't need to rest. He's good. He's going to hide. He is going to... obviously, move to 1. I need to get the keys. You're absolutely correct. You are so correct. We will have scored the... Move into 1. He doesn't really have anything else he can do at that point, which sort of sucks. I mean, we'll do a spell phase just to get this chit back. So we're gonna flip that chit to gray so that we can disenchant if we need to. Done. We might need to, just because, but that's fine. And this is day 6, I believe. It is. All right. Not a bad week for anyone, really. Even the wizard is having a good week, though it's just a slow week because of the nature of Explore the Crags. It's one of the hardest cards in the game, I feel. Borderlands is pretty rough, too. Goblins will appear. Octopi will appear. Done. So the Berserker's going to go, and he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't have to hide in the valley because he knows nothing's going to appear. The White Knight is going to search out and hope. And he needs a 3, 2, or a 1. And he gets the 3rd card. Nice. Ooh, the Dragon Fang Necklace. So that's a great treasure for the White Knight. So the White Knight is 2nd place in great treasures. That gives him his 4th point. So he has had, indeed, quite the first week here. And that's 1. That's his first roll. 1. 2, he gets to draw the top treasure. 3, probably not going to do anything there. And 4, he needs to roll double 1s now. Ooh, the Glowing Gem. 1 type 7 spell. More importantly, it's $17. That's good money. Guess them's boots. That's boots money right there. That is boots money. The Dragon Fang Necklace is no slouch, so... We also get an extra rest phase, so I should make sure I remember that, which I did not. I'll write that down now. And we will get... Always take moves first, if you're the White Knight for sure. Done. You guys go in the dead pile. That's the Knight's turn. I don't think anything appears on a 3. No. The Wizard, he needs to make this hide roll, or else he's going to have to blow that take cover, which sort of sucks. Let's make the hide roll, guys. Then he does. So he's hidden. He then rolls right back up there. And he does, I think, yeah, flip this chit. Done. That's going to get him Explore the Crag. Like, he has completed Explore the Crag. So let's copy this and paste it over there. Oops. I don't know why that happened, but it did. Giant Slayer. Strangely enough, that's good for the wizard. For this wizard. How's that? This. So he scores Explore the Crag. I'm going to shrink. I copied the card. I'm going to shrink it. And we just have to remember that he also has Mountain Spirit. He no longer turns over sound or warning chits. So he gets Explore the Crag, and that is ×2. He gets 2 points. And that actually puts him tied for second place. Not a bad day for the wizard. Now, getting back's a little bit of a bitch, unfortunately. So that's the problem. But I'm thinking of disenchanting to bring back this path, because there's a path there that he could use. So he can get back real quick if he disenchants. So he's going to consider that. That's why I turned. I agree, Rob, a little bit. I'm using Take Cover because I don't want to fight. I didn't want to fight that demon, and I needed it to get here. So I sort of saved it. So, yes. And the Druid walks in, hoping peace with nature keeps him safe. Stink and the Vault. Ooh, trolls. This place is rife with trolls. It doesn't worry the Druid. The White Knight is intrigued. I don't think any monsters show up. I think we are done with the day. Okay. All right. Now, this is day 7, and we have to be a little bit careful because day 7, a lot of crap happens. So on day 7, we roll 2 monster dice. On day 7, when you roll, everything you roll immediately comes back to the board before anything else happens, before anyone moves or anything happens. So if we roll dragons, those dragons are coming back. So that layer is now repopulated and so on. So we call it dangerous day 7s because I rolled 2 dice instead of 1 die. Done. The White Knight, though, has a goal in mind. He's going to move back to the chapel, and he is going to trade 3-ish times, right? And I do want to look at 2 things. First thing is, how much does a warhorse cost? A little bit much. A warhorse is so good, but and a paladin White Knight on a warhorse is like, that's a win condition right there, I think. But having said that, we're going to run back to the chapel. We are going to trade 3 times. We're going to do our extra rest phase, right? And rest up. And our goal is actually get the boots and maybe get. So we're going to trade. We're going to sell the gem for sure. That'll be $17. The gem doesn't help the White Knight. The White Knight can't cast any of the spells. Done. So he sells it for 17. That gives him $21. Ample money to buy. Ample money to buy the boots. And on that last trade phase, we're probably just going to hope for the best. Maybe we luck out and get enough to buy. Maybe they give us a warhorse, as a for instance. Probably not. Done. The Druid, he's going to move to 2. So he's going to move through the caves to 2. So move to 2. Done. The Berserker, so he needs to go and turn in big game. So he's going to do that. He's going to move to the inn. That's going to give him big game. Big game. That'll give him a point. It'll also give him a piece of armor, which is sort of cool for the Berserker because he could actually use the breastplate, for instance, or even a shield, strangely enough. What else to do at once you get to the inn? I do think I'm going to cache. So I'm actually going to use a cache phase, which is sort of strange. We almost never do that. I'm going to stash the chest so only he can find it. No, the Druid cannot shapeshift. He does not have that power. That power is reserved for people with type 6 magic. And that type 6 magic, although I do like the idea of a shapeshift into woodland creatures, but that's the purview of the magician, typically. And I'll be honest, I don't love the Druid's spell list as much. I don't think it's a great spell list, but it just is what it is. I don't think the rogues have anything I want, although I would consider, strangely enough, buying a horse. Not because only because it'd be nice to have that extra move. I'm not going to have a ton of cash, though. So we're going to cash that, and then we're going to get out of dodge. We're going to move. And I think move again. Back into the ledges, and I'll tell you why. I want to go back into the ledges after I turn big game in, and I drop the chest off. I want to get to here. Because I want this to pop. And because we're rolling 2 dice on 2 dice on day 7, if I roll a 4 on one of those dice, I'm gonna get the giants to pop. And if a giant pops, I can turn in this mediocre gripping dust for a great treasure, for a bigger treasure, by using trinkets. Giants are sort of dumb. I give them beads, right? That whole thing, done. They give me something super valuable. So I think that's what he's going to do. I think the wizard is going to spell. So he's going to flip. He's going to flip the tile, which actually he has color magic, so he doesn't need anything going on here. So then he can move to 6 and 3. Unfortunately, he has to flip the tile, so he can only move to 6. So he's going to hide. So he's going to hide, spell, and then move to 6 using the secret path, avoiding the demon, and he can just get sort of out of dodge. So I think it's day 7. We have gray magic in every clearing, as you do on Sunday. Let's roll our monster rolls here. 6 and 3. That is the worst for the Berserker that possibly could happen. So, womp womp. Berserker's first. This is going to suck for him a tiny bit. But, oh well, such is life. So we move to the inn. So we're going to pop to the inn. We're going to turn in big game. Oops, wrong guy. Wrong guy. We roll 1 die, and we're going to draw one of those items there. He gets a helmet. Wow, that is literally the worst thing that could happen. Okay, we're just going to... He just copy and pastes his damn helmet. He drops the chest off, so he caches the chest. So I'm going to put his chit on it to make sure we know only he knows about that. Then he moves back up here, and the damn bat appears, which is ridiculous, by the way. Worst possible thing, and he's unhidden, so the bat's going to jump him. The wizard is going to hide. He does. He flips this this tile, and then he moves along this path, which he can do because he knows all the secret paths and passages for free. Now, normally bats would appear here and here, but they don't because he has Mountain Siren. He doesn't turn over anything but the treasure sites anymore. This is the only thing that draws monsters for him anymore in the mountains. So the bats leave him alone. The Druid goes 1 and 2. Nothing appears for the Druid. Just trying to get through those damn caves. And our guy goes to the chapel. Oops, I accidentally drew. It is a giant vampire bat. This is one of the most dangerous creatures in the game. It is so fast, and it's not super damaging to the bigger characters. I mean, it can wound them. So the Berserker's okay, but that thing can wound him to death. Like, it can just keep banging on him and wounding him over and over and over until he gets a lucky shot. That's the problem. 1 isn't a huge issue. It's when you get 2 or 3 and they start coming in numbers. Once you get the first one, so the first time they appear, it's 1, the second time 2, and the third time 3. So the wizard, had he not scored this, there'd have been 5 bats sitting up here. 2 here, and 3 here. And that would have been rough. So the White Knight goes. He gets his extra rest, so he rests. He moves to the chapel. He's going to trade and sell to his buddies the glowing gem. So the Order gets the glowing gem. So that's $17 for the White Knight. Are these cards just not going to... Oh, God. Okay. Okay, guys. There we go. Okay. So $17. We're going to write 17. He now has 21 gold. That's sort of cool. But now for his second trade phase, he's going to try to buy the boots. So let's roll on the friendly table for the White Knight. Remember, we subtract 1 from both of these dice. Oh, he gets a 2. Price times 2. So nice. He is going to... So you can roll on the ally table. That's what the opportunity means. Or just take the times 2. A 3, 2, or 1 would be great. Price times 1. I think I'm just going to buy them for... I'm not going to be super clever. We're going to buy them for price times 2. And then make these boots active. And they're a pretty good move for him. But more importantly, it's an extra move. So I'm going to put extra move, extra rest. I need to make sure that I remember that he has these bad boys next week. Done. Let's keep that in mind. So we bought those for 10, so that means he's down. So he only has $11. Now the funny part is, $11 is strangely enough to put him in first place for gold, as long as you have more than 10, more than your starting allotment. So that gives him 6 points all of a sudden, and he's halfway to winning the game on week 1. So for the last trade with his $11 left, just for giggles, we are going to roll on a Warhorse. And I think it doesn't matter what the cost is, because he has to roll a 2 or a 1. No, and then get them to give it to him effectively, and he's not going to do that. Or he would sell his armor, and but that's sort of cheesy. But that's the other way to do it: is sell your armor and get the trade for the Warhorse, because the Warhorse, strangely enough, is better than armor because it is armored and it is tremendous, and nothing will get through you without tagging the Warhorse first. It is a very, very powerful thing to do. Our knight is done, and I think that means everyone is done, but the Berserker has a fight. So let's go to the Berserker's sheet and see how we're going to play this fight. Now, we could put it on our guy, but the problem with putting it on the guy is that the bat kills the guy in 1 round. There is no way the bat does not hit this dude. On the first round, the guy could hit the bat first. on a 1/3 chance. Otherwise, it's a 2/3 chance the dude dies. We're going to probably take it to our sheet. The guy cannot fight it then, unfortunately. We can't ready our weapon, and it barely matters. We're just going to have to take the wounds. Doesn't really matter even what we play for a move because the bat always undercuts us. So we are literally just on a 1 or a 4. The bat stays put, and we will kill it once he gets a shot off on us. And do we want it to hit the helmet? No, I don't even want it to hit the helmet. So I'm actually going to, strangely, it's not a 1 or a 4 anymore. It's some weird, it's a 2 or a 4 now. It's a strange comment. I actually don't want him to hit the helmet because he can only damage and destroy the helmet. I don't. Yeah. So he can only do that to me. So I need a 2 or I need a 4. I get a 1, which sort of sucks. And that flips him down to there. My weapon does become readied, which, again, is not going to matter. And he hits us, and he does a wound. So we have to take 1 chit and move it to the wound column. I mean, I'm going to take this chit and move it to the wounded column. Round 2. It's literally a 1/3 chance. So we get a 4. He hits us again. We're going to take another wound, which is fine. I will wound this guy, and then we kill the bat. That wasn't awful. That could have gone a lot worse. That could have gone for weeks. Like, not weeks, but you know what I mean. So we do get a bat. It's 3 prowess. We now have 13 prowess. That is not quite enough to put us back in the lead, but it does keep us in second place. And we kill the bat. The week is over. The Berserker won't take long to recover from those wounds. And the White Knight is definitely in the commanding lead with 6 points. Now, keep in mind, 11 gold does not keep him. I mean, as soon as anyone does anything and sells anything, they're going to take over that lead. So that is true. But still, a good showing by the White Knight in prowess and cards, etc. A good showing by the Wizard in cards, but the Wizard hasn't gotten any treasures, whereas everybody else was literally like, hey, let's loot treasures week 1. The Wizard was like, hey, let's undergo one of the most arduous quests in the game. And he did, and he succeeded. Done. I am going to take 2-minute break to get something else to drink and go to the restroom. So I'm going to put up my that message is super clunky. Let's do a better message. Let's do back in 5 minutes. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. And it's not going to be 5 minutes. It'll be 2 minutes. If you would please hang out and stick around, I would appreciate it. And we'll talk right after. Ooh. All right, guys, I am back. Get that blackberry drink you love, Raven. Oh my gosh. By the way, Scott was trying to drink on Monday. Scott was trying to drink the Crown Royal Black. He was not having it. He was like, oh, it was sort of funny. Um, I love your adventure cards are very ingenious. Thank you, Rob. I cannot express to you how much I enjoy the game. And yeah, so we played for many years, and at some point I'm like, God, I need to do something, and thus the adventure cards were sort of born. I mean, obviously they are derived off of Realm Speaks Questing the Realm, and a lot of it was like I didn't like how Questing the Realm worked because the all play cards again. I didn't like the all play cards because it was like, oh, you found the vault. Here's your point. I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to find the vault anyway. And so, again, I wanted to make it more decision based. Do I go look for the vault even though I can't open the vault, for instance, because I have the card? I'm going to drink a tiny bit of Rebel 100. I don't have much left, as you can see. And I wanted to try it against the Kirkland Bottled in Bond, which my wife brought back from me from her trip out of Pennsylvania. You cannot get Costco booze in Pennsylvania, but in Pennsylvania, but out of Pennsylvania, you can. And so she did buy me a little bit of Kirkland booze. I tried it and it's okay, but I wanted to try it against the Rebel to get sort of a thing because I feel the Kirkland booze is a little bit light. Is a little light and I'm gonna say airy, but so all right, so that was the week, and that was our week. And what we do at the beginning of the week. So first thing is first, the fairy ring goes away because the fairy ring is very fleeting. Yeah, now I know you married her. Who has a woman that'll go out of her way to get booze? She did. She went to Costco specifically to buy me the booze, which was very kind of her, by the way. She does not drink at all. I mean, and she occasionally has a beer and then falls asleep. So I'm going to discard the fairy ring. That's a really far away, long way to discard. But I'm going to just, yeah, because I don't really have a good place for it, unfortunately. So I'm going to discard the fairy ring. The strong man is still, and the Druid's test is still up and about. We draw 3 more events and put them on the board. These are my all play cards, right? So we get 1, 2. Ooh, all of our visitors are lost. That's fascinating. So the lost warlock, the lost scholar. So the visitors appear on the board. So let's do the lost warlock, and he's in Mountain 4. So that is points for the White Knight, if nothing else. That's what we needed. We needed him to get more damn points. And 2/6, Cavern 6 for the Scholar. That's a little rougher to get to. And then the Miner is in the caves, and that looks very good for the Druid right now. Random clearing in the caves. 4. So caves 4. So it's, boy, the Druid and the White Knight made the hell out here. White Knight probably gets a point out of dragging the Warlock back to the Order, and the Druid could go and help the Miner. So the Rebel is very alcohol up front. Has the tiniest bit of mint to it. It's also very rye-y, right? It's very spicy too. So I do like that for it, but it has a little bit of that alcohol astringency, which I don't mind, but it's not super great flavorful. Now, the Rebels has a little bit of a problem, which is simply that I did not rinse this glass out fully. And so I can taste. The problem with alcohol is if you pour it into a glass that you washed in a dishwasher, you need to clean that glass out again because I guarantee you're going to taste the tiniest bit of eau de soap. Just a little bit. Because it just somehow the alcohol just perfectly is a solvent, and then it makes it pushes it right up in there. So we got 3 more events: the Warlock, the Scholar, and the Miner. So that is going to definitely change our thought process for some of our characters. And I would say that the White Knight goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and done. And he can just score that right away. So he's going to extra move, and that puts him in 4. That puts him in the mountain 4. So that will be, I'll just say what is it? This is the Warlock, I think. And then he'll move back to the chapel. And that is 3 moves because he gets an extra move, which is awesome. And then is he going to do anything else? Geez, I don't freaking know at that point. There's not much, I don't think, as far as trading goes. He doesn't want the Elven Slippers. He doesn't want any of that other stuff. I mean, I suppose he could hide. Doesn't really do him any good. I'm going to take these here. I mean, we know he has them. The other thing I do get to do, which I don't usually do, but technically I do get an extra chit because the 7 League boots are a chit. You're a T5 with no asterisks, which is nice because that means that he never needs to use this shit again because this is way better. Unfortunately, what he needs is he needs another boots that gets him there, the H4. But anyway, neither here nor there. What is he gonna? Yeah, I think that's his move. Done. The Druid. Ugh. So the one thing to remember with the Druid is that, well, yeah, I suppose. Let's move to the Miner and then do a search because that's what you have to do to help the Miner with his mining. The Berserker, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the valley. And, you know what I want to do? Hold on. Yeah, you know what I want to do? And we'll extra rest. But for the Druid, what I would like to do instead... Darn it. It's not great. This is not ideal where I left myself, but that's okay. This is going to take a couple days to pull off, which sucks. But this could be huge, so I'm going to go for it. So I am going to spell X and spell instead. Now, I only get 2 phases because I'm in a cave, so that sucks. But I think this is going to be worth it, I think. Because I'm going to enchant those caves, and then I can cast Nudge easily, cheaply. And then once I do that, this Miner roll is going to be, there's going to be a bonus there, or I can easily find it or easily get the result I want. The Wizard is just going to move as fast as he can, so he's moving 3 to 2. So move 3, move 2, done and done. And that's, now we're ready for the day. Get a monster roll. It's a 3, so goblins and octopi. The White Knight is first, and the White Knight is going to quickly move out 1/2, grab the Warlock, and walk him back to the chapel. So he's going to score the Warlock in 1 day. That gives him his second card. Puts him at 7 points. I think the Warlock's also his buddy now. I think. Yep. So we will write that here. We are friends with the Warlock. And done. That's our day. It's an easy day. And the patrol actually will show up here. The wizard moves and moves. And nothing appears, because nothing appears on a 3 in that tile anyway. The Druid is going to enchant to turn this chit over. That's all he does. And the Berserker goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and he rests because he got some injuries from the bat. And you can move a box over and over again. Done. And that's our day 8. That was a quick day 8. For day 9, I mean, the Warlock doesn't have anything really for our guy, so we're just going to 1, 2, 3 and hide, I think. So we're going to, well, extra move, and move to the woods. And then we can hide twice just because we can't go into the caves. No, we missed Crown Black. Yeah, yay. I mean, boo. Actually, I hate to say, I would love to try. We should have bought an apple or something just to honor Raven. You know what, Raven? Although, here's the thing. You've got to show up for one of these Friday nights then, because you didn't, and I'm not drinking Crown Royal Apple without you there to witness my pain. That's how much I care. That's how much you mean to me. It's gross. It's going to be gross. And I'm going to curse your name. Okay. So the Druid, unfortunately, we're going to have to do this again. Spell X and spell to flip the tile. And that takes us 2 flipping days. The Berserker is going to try to make his way. Now, he can't... I mean, he could go in, but he doesn't want to fight the trolls. He can make a move. So he's sort of in an awkward position, I would argue. Oh, he does get, by the way, he gets a card. So let's see what that card is. Tiny Hut. Tiny Hut. Place a visitor. Does he like any visitor? He likes the shaman. And where does it go? A woods clearing. Well, there you go. So he gets to just do that. And there you go. The shaman's there now. Done. And I will get a new card for tomorrow. I don't want trolls to show up. If trolls show up, that's rough. That's a rough haul. But, on the other hand, it's going to take me... I mean... It's probably the best of the lot. I'm just guessing. It's peach, apple, and blackberry. I would argue that of the 3, I would rather have blackberry. The black was not good. I didn't like the black. The black is, yeah, yeah, that is not a pleasant whiskey. So largely it comes down to, does Berserker go all out and try to get here, or does he slink into the caves? If Stink pops, we're going to have 2 of these stupid trolls on us. And those trolls do suck to fight. But I still have my guy. So I think we're going to go. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move and move into the caves as fast as possible. And rest, by the way. Done. All right. Very exciting. And then the wizard finally gets out of the crack. So he's going to go. Does he have anything No, he has nothing else that he really wants to do. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. What possibly is he looking for? Giants are going to be here. They could possibly be here, but they're definitely here. The Horde is in 6. So that would be here if the Horde was in this tile. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. We're going to play it. Going to go into Cliff. 3. Done. We're going to play it pretty ballsy. With the caveat that we can't cast Sleep right now. So maybe I am a little bit... Let me do this. So we're going to enchant this and then go in there. Done. We have take cover if we need it, so it's not a huge deal. And that is what? Day 9. We're getting ready for day 9 here. Let's roll. 1 dragons. Interesting, possibly. And so the Druid is going to burn this chit. A little bit depressing, but it does. And there's purple magic in every clearing. And hold on, let me... Oh, yeah, and it changed the damn paths, which is a little sucky, by the way. Because now it's 2 to get to the miner. That sucks. I don't think anything appears because it would need to be trolls. Done. The Berserker is going all in. 1, 2. Done. The White Knight goes 1, 2, 3, and then double hides. Nope, and fails, and succeeds. It is the Ruin, so this would be Wolves if we rolled a 3. And now the Wizard goes 1, 2, 3, but before we do that, we're going to flip that shit, because we no longer have the advantage of gold magic everywhere, and the Horde is in 6. Ooh, wow! I'm like, what was that Johnny Carson skit? Where is the Horde? Yeah, right. I don't think any monsters appear. Oh wait, no, oh yeah, the Horde. Frick, the Horde. The Horde shows up. That's that guy. That sucks. That sucks, by the way. We cannot kill him with the flaming sword. He's armored. That armor will take 1 level off the flaming sword, and it will not be enough to kill him. We can put him to sleep, but we cannot kill him. Oh, the fairy ring's gone too. That's fine. We'll have to figure this out. Okay. I think that's it for the day. Day 10 is going to strangely see the Druid and the Berserker racing for the miner a little bit. The White Knight. What's the White Knight going to do first? For anything else? The White Knight would love to get trolls. Also needs to plant his flag, so he needs to get to the ruins. So I think his goal is to hide and then move to Borderlands 3. So we will hide, extra move, and then move to BL3. Done. Now, the other thing we have to pay attention to is, are there any monsters that we want to lure? And we can't do that yet. We need to get adjacent to this guy because we could totally lure him. Now, mind you, I don't necessarily want to open the horde up for anybody else, but Monster Lure is going to score us a point. So if we could get to this valley or the deep wood, we could use Monster Lure to drag this guy to us, kill it, and score the 12 prowess. In addition, get a victory point and get our 8th point, which would be disturbing for this this juncture in the game. Everybody else needs to step it up. So day 10 for the Druid. I think the Druid walks to the miner. I think that was his goal. So move and move to the miner. I didn't realize that it was going to draw the miner away from me, I suppose. The Berserker is going to, well, we're going to flip that. Sacrifice. Large treasure. Quest phase at the chapel, altar, shrine, monastery, or rift. And you can get one of your chits doubled. We're going to move to the miner. And heck, I suppose we're going to search and see if we can score the miner real quick. Let's just do it. It's a little bit dicey that we're just going in unhidden, but let's do it. I think the wizard Stink will draw a giant. So I do think we're going to go here. And do we want to go right in? Do we want the horde? We have locate the horde. We have to do the horde. So I think we're going to hide. Move, and then move to the darn horde. Done. And that's how we're going to start. And that is, we're ready for day 10 now, I believe. 6 more bats. Womp womp. That's not terrible, but I hate bats. Like, I hate them. Hate them. They kill more characters. You would think they'd kill less, but they kill a lot of characters. All right, the Druid makes his move. Boom, boom. Done. He moves to the miner. Can't do anything because he only gets 2 phases. The Wizard is going to hide and then move. Let's see. He is hidden. And he moves into the horde. Done. The White Knight hides. Probably prudent, but he doesn't. And then ends up here. Ruins, so goblins, and the Lost City in 3, where he is. This could be rough. We don't want goblins to show right now. White Knight's not a good goblin fighter, typically. So we have Slither 3. That is snakes and or dragons. Roar is dragons and trolls. The Pool is the octopus. Howl is goblins. Yeah, bats. It's true. And then Slither is Slither. So we do get the goblins. The axe goblins appear in Borderland 4. Not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. We head to the miner and we do a search, and I think we need to do a discover. I think the miner is a 4 or a 1. And he doesn't get it. His lucky day, he's going to re-roll it. 1. Done. How do the goblins get there? What do you mean, here? Oh, he rolled a 6. I'm sorry. That's my fault. Oof. Somehow I confused that with that. Yeah, that's... Oh, thank you. Okay. We do not get them because Howl is only in mountains for the bats. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, thank you. So the Berserker gets the miner. He scores the mine. So he does. He learns all the passages in the caves. There's only 2 of them, mind you, but so it's not like this huge deal. But he gets the passage in the caves, and he rolls to see what he finds. But it's 2 dice, which sort of sucks. And he already used Lucky Day. No. You did me a solid there by pointing that out. So we want anything but a 6. Nope, it's a 6. So goblins pour out of the hole that we dug. 1d6 axe goblins attack. Let's roll it. It is a single axe goblin. Okay. I wouldn't say goblins poured out as much as they drizzled out. So now we've got a fight on our hands. But the Berserker scores the miner. And so the Berserker is on the board now with a card, as well as his 1 point in prowess. He also gets a card from Lucky Day, and it is Dragon Slayer. Ooh, spiffy. And we have a battle. And I think that's the only battle we have. I mean, again, the wizard with his even with his flame sword cannot kill a tremendous armored creature. The thing about the flame sword is it allows you to kill tremendous non-armored creatures. So that was the rebel before we do this combat. And I did get all the schmutz out of the glass. That's my word for it, schmutz now. Let's pour a little bit of the Kirkland. I find the Kirkland to be a little light, not untasty, but untasty a little bit, like a little less flavorful. Like I think the Rebel probably has more flavor than the Kirkland. Excuse me. That is less alcohol forward and less hot. Now, mind you, the Rebel's a rye. Kirkland is a bourbon, so I expect that. They're both 100 proof. I would just argue that the Kirkland it doesn't have any unpleasant flavors. It's just a little bit underwhelming across the board. Like there's just not a ton going on with it. Now it's not expensive. It came in a goddamn liter bottle for crying out loud, and this was, 20s plus something a little bit. Like, so it's a great, cheap, and entirely inoffensive whiskey. And it's not bad. It's not bad. All right, let's do this battle. So neither the Druid or the Berserker are hidden. So neither of them has to lure this guy. Like they could both just go, no, you take him. No, you take him. And actually, I would argue the Berserker is going to have his guy lure him. So the Berserker, so he literally, the guy pulls the swordsman's like, come on, buddy, and the goblin comes to him. The Berserker doesn't super care, but he's going to ready his weapon now, using that chip, and then just play this H5 at a time 4, and he'll put it there. And the Druid, the problem is the Druid's not going to... Is he really going to compete for prowess with the other two characters? Probably not. And I don't want to have to fatigue. I'm gonna play this fight L4. I'm gonna play it right there. There you go. Every character carries a knife. The knife is a negligible damage with a sharpness star. The light fight chit increases the damage to light star. The goblins are medium, so light sharp kills a medium goblin. Let's see where the goblin ends up. This is sort of important. 6. So the goblin ends up lining up with the Druid. Does the goblin flip? This is also important. He does not flip. So this attack goes first because it's the longest on round 1, and it misses, and his attack is taken off the board. This attack is second longest. He does not undercut, and he misses. So his attack is taken off the board. The Druid actually gets the kill. So the Druid stabs the goblin for 1 prowess. Woo! I mean, he's technically in 3rd place. It doesn't matter that he's in 3rd place because you don't get any points for 3rd place, but but it is what it is. We don't need the miner anymore. We are done there. Any character that has extra phases in caves only rolls 1 die on the table. But, oh, so if you have a light source, oh, that would be great for certain care. Holy crap. Great for the dwarf, obviously. And if the Druid had Torchbearer, which he does not take, he took Summon Animal. But you don't need an animal to kill a single goblin. If there were 6 goblins, then Summon Animal would have come out, because that would have been the way to go. If we could have cast, I don't know, we probably can't cast it. We probably burned that shit. Yeah, we need to rest and get some gray magic back in our repertoire there. Is there anything else going on today? So it's 7 to 2 to 2 to 2. So we have a tie for 2nd place, way behind the White Knight. But again, I don't know that the White Knights, he has 5 points in categories. Those are always tenuous. Someone can always take your points. The only thing that they can't take away from you is the cards. So, what is the White Knight doing on day 11? Our goal is to get to plant your flag, I think. In addition to consider what if we want to drag this guy off of there. So I'm going to go 1, 2... should I search for that? And I still have to be careful here because I don't know what's here. It could be goblins or something. It's hard to fight for the White Knight. So let's do a hide phase, an extra move, and a move. And that is going to get me to Ruins 5. So that's RN 5. And then I am going to search and search. I have 2 searches to find the secret path. The Druid, a little bit annoyed. He didn't get anything out of that. He's going to go 1, 2 and try to get out of dodge. Move, move in the caves. And what's that going to look like? That's going to look like move, move to 2. The Berserker. Well, I mean, he could open the vault. The vault's sort of a dicey proposition, right? Because you're in a cave. You only get 2 shots at a day at finding anything. So it sort of sucks. The vault's a great treasure site. There's a lot of good stuff in the vault. It just, I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend a lot of time here. I don't want to fight 3 trolls. We don't have Troll Slayer. We have Dragon Slayer. We would like to kill some dragons. So I think we're going to move to 2. We're just going to book it out of here as fast as possible. Also, and try to get out of Dodge as fast as we possibly can. The wizard who's in the horde is now going to hide and search. If he does not hide, he's going to take cover. And that's it. That's our day. It's day 11. Let's see what's coming to a theater near you. It's 4 giants and trolls. Oof, that's going to catch a lot of our folks. Berserker is going to get caught. The wizard's going to get caught. The druid. Everybody's getting caught. Berserker goes move. Oh, this is going to suck. Oh, it's going to suck so bad. The Berserker double moves. This could be the end of the Berserker. He double moved. Oh, he got a rest. I'm sorry, he got 2 rests. So he gets, this chick comes back because I did not give him his rest for those 2 days. And today. And this shit is here. Not great, but that's what he is. So he moves. He does the thing. Boom. Trolls appear. And he moves first. This is even worse. This is absolutely the worst possible thing that could happen to the Berserker. And he is done. Now the wizard goes. And so the wizard's going to hide. 2 dice. He would love to keep the card. He does not. So he's going to blow take cover. So take cover right now gets blown. And he's hidden. Troll Town activated. Yes, absolutely. Holy crap. He's going to search 3 times for the horde. So he needs a 4 or a 1. That's not going to be it. Oh, maybe. Nope. Okay. I saw that 6. Like I just saw it spinning. That's 1. 2. That's not great. That's a 2. That's not what we want. We need a 4 or a 1. 3. Done. Found. The horde is found. And so we have... that's another point for the wizard. That's his card. So he takes second place for sure. And he's going to draw 2 cards today. Plant your flag in Black Source. Black Source is pointless. He'll just discard that tomorrow. He'll just burn that tomorrow. And let's roll Plant Your Flag in case it's like right here. Which would suck because he can't kill the damn dragon. 4/4 is Cliff 4. So he has to plant his flag here. You're absolutely correct. Cliff 4. That's great, but he can't do it if there's a dragon here, which sort of sucks. That's super good. Normally that'd be a great roll because it's right on top of him. But he cannot fight that dragon right now. That's his day. The Druid. Huh. Actually, strangely enough, the Druid saves. So it's not the absolute worst thing that can happen for the Berserker because the Druid goes here and gets tangled up with this troll. And the Druid is like, what? Oh my god, I never meet monsters. What the hell is going on? The Troll's like, well, you met me, pal. Okay. But that stops the troll, the tremendous troll, from roaming onto the Berserker, which, strangely enough, is a good thing for the Berserker. Not a big fan of the day. The white knight goes to here. He hides. He needs to roll not a 6. I think he will roll not a 6. No, he rolls double 6s. He rolls all the 6s. Smoke is dragons. Roar 4 is trolls. Guess what? There are no more trolls left, guys. Thanks to the Berserker and the Druid, all the trolls are gone. So the White Knight is good. Actually, the White Knight has a couple search phases left, too. So he needs a 1, 2, or 3 to find this path. And he gets a 4. And he gets a 5. So he does not find the path he needs to find. And he is done. Looks like we have 2 combats. The troll, which is tremendous. So only the basilisk could kill that troll. Now the funny part is, if he would roll the basilisk, which is a double 1, so it's not going to happen. If he would roll the basilisk, the troll could only kill him by hitting him twice. Actually, the troll's dangerous to the basilisk. The troll wins that fight pretty much every day. So we are going to avoid this fight, and all we have to do is play a move less than the troll's move, which is a 4, so the Druid flees. Done. The Berserker does not have that capability. He cannot flee from these guys. So, wow. Okay, that's cool. Now, this is a place we'd play the Berserk chit. Maybe we do anyway today. So the first thing, I think our guy is going to take one of these trolls. Not that they can kill him. They can't. He absolutely cannot kill this troll. What he can do is tie it up. Hopefully for several rounds. He has an extra helmet. Absolutely. I think we're playing the Berserk chit, which puts us at tremendous damage. But then all we can play is this fight and this move, which sort of sucks. We're sort of getting auto hit here, but I think we're doing it down here again. Like, I think we're going to set it here. Remember, round 1, weapon length is more important. But we are Berserk. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. All right, so let's see where this guy ends up. 2. So he's going to line right up. Perfect. He's going to hit me first. No, I'm going to hit him first. My weapon's longer. Oh, yes. So, long weapon. The troll charges. We kill it before it even sets foot. Bam. So he is dead. Nice. Now we're actually hoping this guy does not line up. Not a 1, not a 4, guys. He gets a 1. Unfortunately, Rogue 7, brave Rogue 7, gets eaten by the troll. Does the troll flip or not? This is sort of important. He does not flip. So that was a very, very rough round 1 for our boys. I think we're going to now play just that. I don't love this play. We either, yeah. So let's stick with that. 6, so he goes down here. Does he flip or not? He does not flip. He's not going to hit us. He's going to miss us. We miss him. Our weapon does flip over to time 4, which is good for us. We have to fatigue a move. Not great for us. So we do fatigue a move. Done. Next round. 3. He's going to go there. Does he flip? He does not flip. He's going to miss us. We're going to miss him. We have to fatigue another asterisk. One or a 4. A 4 lines up. Our attack is as fast as his. Even if he flips, we're actually faster. And our weapon is longer, so we kill him. But we do have to fatigue another move. Which case we will drop that one and pull that one back and make change. And, well, we're going to get 15 prowess and lose 2 because our guy died. So that's going to be 13 total. So we got 2x troll for 15 because we dealt the killing blow to both. We really only score 13 because our guy dies. That gives us 26. That puts us in first place in prowess. And you'll see why I say the categories can be very ephemeral, because we stole a point from the White Knight and put it on our sheet. All 3 of these combatants are dead. We don't have Troll Slayer, unfortunately. Strangely enough, though, so the Berserker's pretty happy with that, because the Berserker still has Gripping Dust. Gripping Dust is a potion. The Druid is right there, and so he could go to the Druid here in a moment. So I will say this about the Kirkland. The Kirkland is better by itself. It's one of those whiskeys that... So there's certain whiskeys that when you drink them by themselves, they sort of settle into your palate. I sound like a total freaking doofus right now, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Certain whiskeys settle into your palate, and you're like, yeah, this is okay. I like this, but can't stand up to any other whiskey. And I think that Kirkland is probably one of those. Like, if I drank this beside Knob Creek, I'd be like, I can't even taste this. I might as well just chug this. It's water. Whereas by itself, once you give it time, it's like, oh, it's okay. It has a little bit of flavor. It goes away quick and become, super, it's clean. It goes away pretty quick. It doesn't linger. It's not, delicious and has a beautiful vanilla aftertaste or any bullshit like that. It has a little bit of bourbon sweet and a little bit of bourbon punch with the 100 proof. It's not offensive. It's not a bad bourbon. It just doesn't stand up to, say, drinking it next to any other whiskey, which includes the Rebel 100. Which one do I think is best of the Kirkland and the Rebel? Look, I think the Rebel's okay. I don't love the Rebel 100. I bought it on sort of a lark. I'm going to finish it just because because it's here. I like it. It's a rye. I like ryes more than bourbons a little bit because I like that spicy rye vibe that the high rye content gives you. So I tend to like it better, but I think of any, wow. So, look, of the ones that I have in my cupboard right now, I like the Knob Creek Rye a lot. All of them. I love that. I love the Knob Creek, the 115 Knob Creek Rye. I love the base rye, which is like the 7-year rye. I like Knob Creek's flavor profile quite a bit, and that's typically my go-to bourbon. Having said that, if I want to spend a hell of a lot more for a bottle, I can buy things probably which would compete with that. But that is sort of my favorite whiskey that I can buy on a regular basis. Yeah, the Rebel's much punchier and it's much spicier, and I'm going to typically like that better. But if I drank the Kirkland alone, I'd be perfectly happy with it. I don't drink a lot of wine at all, ever, so I couldn't tell you. As for beer, I mean, I like a good Guinness, even though it's a little basic. I like a lot of the IPAs that Scott and my eldest son, when he came and gamed with us, we used to bring over. And I like that bitter IPA sort of gig, so I do like that. But I do not really have a favorite beer. But I do like a stout so I think that's all we have combat wise. I think we're sort of done with the day. Now the fact that the Druid is sort of stuck behind this troll is intriguing because the Druid's stuck behind the damn troll. So to get through, he's going to have to come through that troll, which means he's going to have to take a couple days. And our guy is ready to come out. He'll get to this Druid before he will get to the Druid's test before the Druid will. So that's sort of an interesting problem that we have there. So, and the White Knight is thinking maybe I can kill that troll. If the White Knight is hidden, he can kill the troll automatically with his Morning Star. So that's great. That's a bad fight for the Barbarian, though. The Berserker, as soon as he gets hit, I mean, he can win that fight. It's just if he fatigues, he has to play. Actually, he can't win that fight. Not without something to help him, because he has to play his best move. Yeah, so he stays away from that troll. 100%. So let's okay. So it's day 12. Let's get day 12 going here. Unfortunately, the White Knight still needs to find the damn ruins 1 to 5. So he needs to hide and search, and then he's going to use his extra move to go to 5, I think. Is it Ruins 5? Ruins 1. So he's going to put the Druid. The Druid. Darn it. The Druid has to move backwards to Caves 4. Oof, not great. This is not great. I'm not super happy with this for our guy. But that's okay. Let's I'm gonna rest and get a chit back. Done. Oh, at the end of I couldn't do it, so I had to do it tomorrow. Yeah, done. The Berserker on day 12. Well, I mean, the Berserker's going to move into the valley and extra rest. We need to rest. We've burned a lot of chips there. We have 4, 5, 6 phases of rest to do. And our guy is going to burn this black source. So I'm just going to drop the card right now because I don't want to forget. And I will put this face down. But today we're going to burn that black. We already used take cover, which sucks. So here's the funny part. We can't flee from the dragon. We would have to cast sleep. I hate the fact that I'm not centered in this goddamn camera 9 times out of 10. If I lean back, I'm not. There we go. Oh, perfect. Okay. Wow. I'm like a Spielberg director here. I can frame a scene like nobody's business. So I don't know why, but I watched this video on YouTube about blocking, and I'm like, holy F, Spielberg was a genius. Like, he was a modern genius, right? Like, even Raiders of the Lost Ark is blocked. The scenes are blocked and shot so well that I'm like, wow, that is a classic movie, not just a fun pulpy flick. That is like a master class in camera work, I think. Anyway, so we're gonna hide and search for. I mean, sure, let's search. Done. Let's loot the horde, for God's sake. If we don't, well, we're gonna have to sleep the damn dragon and hope for the best. But we can't kill it. We cannot kill that dragon. That is no way we're killing that guy. So we'll have to figure out what else to do. The wizard has Giant Slayer, Black Source, which I'm erasing. Okay, I think we're ready for 12. Yeah. Three. So goblins, octopus, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, fine. The druid's going to go. So the druid moves back here, and the druid rests. And we do need to rest, so done. I think the druid has stalled out, but that troll stalled him out pretty good, unfortunately. The wizard is going to hide. We do need to hide, though, and we fail. So we are immediately blocked by the dragon. Nothing appears, but we're blocked by the dragon. We get no phases this turn. The dragon stops us. Done. The white knight is going to hide. So anything but a 6, guys. Anything but a 6. And he does get that. And he's going to search 3 times. So 1, 2, or 3. And he finds it. So one of the most important secret paths you can find is green 1/5 on the ruins. He does. And he does get to take his extra move, which moves him to here. It's not super important because he doesn't have a potion for the druid. But he does want to get into the deep woods here if he can. The Berserker goes 1, 2. The Berserker is going to rest. Whew. A lot of stuff going on with the Berserker. He's going to rest this bad boy, and he is done. Sure. Let's just do that. Okay. We're done. I don't think anything else appears because goblins only appear, in the blue square. So we're good. I feel bad for the wizard because the wizard didn't get to do his shtick, but okay, so the wizard has to fight or flee. He can't flee from the dragon. It is too fast. The wizard is going to have to cast. Unfortunately, he casts sleep. So that is going to take him. He casts sleep. The dragon goes to sleep. And we found the horde, so we got the point. We just can't loot the horde right now. Is that okay? Are we okay with that? We don't have any money. We don't have any, and here's the funny part. We're in a mountain clearing, so we don't draw stink. None of this is going to come up, although we do need it to come up. Damn it. I saw the French guy tutorial that the dwarf gets an extra rest phase. Well, so here's the thing. No, the dwarf actually, if you read the dwarf's card, I'm sorry, Rob. Give me a second. His rest counts double. He can rest an extra, but I don't use that. I play a different dwarf. So the dwarf for mine is that he gets 4 phases but can only use 2 moves. So I do not give him double rest because I changed short legs. I don't love short legs. I sort of hate it because double rest does not make up for the fact you get 2 phases a day every day. I like double rest. That's a cool mechanic, but it doesn't make up for 2 phases a day. Jesus, that is crippling for the damn dwarf. So I used the productive dwarf. Right? I sort of mangled the productive dwarf rules. So I changed that to I changed short legs to he gets 4 phases, but only can use 2 moves. And he gets an extra phase in K. That is my dwarf. And I feel that makes the dwarf very powerful. But keep in mind, even though the dwarf is very powerful, the fact of the matter is, look at the board. There's not that many caves on the board. And they're often separated by a gazillion non-cave clearings. So the dwarf, even though that makes him way better than he was, is still very underpowered in my opinion. For, in general. The board has to be made for the dwarf. This one's not bad because the borderland, like you could park here and hope for the best. But as soon as you don't find anything cool in the borderlands, you'd be screwed. So, okay. So the wizard casts sleep, the dragon goes to sleep. We are done with our day. I think that's it, right? Yeah, I think that's it. So it's day 13. I don't know what time it is. It's only 11. That's pretty good, actually. We buzzed through some days. And I mean, I was thinking to get the wizard out of there. You can't do that again. You cannot bank on a hide again because you don't have sleep anymore, right? So you are sort of stuck. So he has to move down to 3 and then do whatever he does, right? Rest, hide, whatever he's going to do to sort of get him ready to go. And yeah, hope the dragon moves a little bit. Although 3 would not be a good place for the dragon to move. You sort of want him down here at 2 or 5. The reason is it costs 2 to move here anyway, and so you can't get out of here up this path. Yeah, so the white knight is going to go 1, 2, 3. So he's going to hope. So I think I hide. I think I extra move to Deep Woods 3, I think it is. Yeah. And then I have 1 phase left. I'm going to do the quest phase and plant the damn flag. Which is sort of nice. God damn, the White Knight is winning. Look, I'm not going to say I'm rooting against the White Knight, but he is first place every goddamn time he's played. He's scored first place. So I'm a little bit like I root for the underdog almost all the time if I can. Okay, so our guy now. I think we're going to do a hide and a move into the troll for the Druid. I think the Berserker. The Berserker. So, I have not changed the Berserker in forever. I apologize. I have screwed the Berserker up. The Berserker has trinkets, Dragon Slayer, and Sacrifice. I love the White Knight, by the way. I mean, the White Knight is one of my favorite characters. He is definitely and we have Explore the Mountain for the Wizard. Done. So we do need a big treasure, and we don't have one. So we're going to go to the Druid. So the Berserker is actually going to go to the Druid. And what does he have to do? Done. He just gets there, and he scores. So he has to do nothing else. Now, there's nothing else in this tile for us. And the Berserker has Explore the Cliff. So I say we go 1, 2, and then rest in preparation to go to the cliff. Now, this dragon is a terrible fight for us. This dragon's one of the worst fights for us because as soon as that head flips, it is freaking decimating us. We hate this dragon. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. It's a bad fight for us. Okay. So I say the Berserker moves to the Druid, turns in his thing, moves back to the valley. And then we are going to rest and get an extra rest. So we should have 3 rests there, which is going to bring most of these back, and that's okay. And we need to hire soon because our guy's going away. The Wizard, I think, moves to 3. Because he can. Maybe moves to 2. Hides. Do we hide? Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Let's move to 3. Let's move 3 and 5. And then let's rest. I don't love that move. I think it could be super dangerous. But let's see what happens. All right. It's day 13, I think. Oh, no. Druid in last place. He is in last place. You know, again, I tell you why. The funny part is the Berserker beat him to the minor. And then this troll showed up, and the Berserker's going to beat him to the Druid. I sound tired. I need more sleep. I mean, I could be that I drank some alcohol. And I'm not sort of used to a ton of alcohol anymore. Like, I have not drank during the week for quite a while until this week, so I apologize. Okay. So I think day 13 is good to go. And usually I can hold my liquor better. So there you go. So it's just a... let's see what our... oh, giants and trolls. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. So the White Knight is going to go first. He is going to move to the deep woods and Magic Realm Vagabond, Magic Realm and Whiskey. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. You're not there yet. Well, look, I played this game for 40 years, so drunk, not a problem. Okay, so we are moving. We're hiding first, of course. Okay, good. We're hidden. We go 1, 2, 3 right there. Now, again, I'm playing a variant too. So, and we're going to do a quest phase, and we're going to score Plant Your Flag. So I'm going to put flag here. Flag. That's going to score the White Knight another card and his 7th point. And then what we do is we put this chit. So he has claimed this land. For his lord or whatever, I don't know. And at the end of the week, if it's still monster free, he gets a boon. Let's see what happens, though. Is it really monster free or not? I think it is. Altar 1 and Ruins. That's bats. This is bats. This is all the bats all day. This is demons. But right now we're good. So the Black Knight has scored his point. Or the White Knight. I'm sorry. It's not the Black Knight. It's the White Knight. It's the Good Knight. The awesome. I like the Black Knight, too. By the way, the Knights are 2 of my favorite characters. Like, they're both so fun for their own sort of reasons, right? And I love me a good mage. And I love the Witch King, super good. With, depending on what spells you sort of have in the game, what you're playing with. But boy, the Knights are fun. Berserker. So what's Berserker doing? He's moving to the Druid. So he does. He moves to the Druid. So the Druid's test is... bring me a potion, peasants. Done. And this is a potion. The gripping dust is a potion. So we bring the Druid a potion. And we're going to score a VP. Now, we have 2 options. Now, we're going to score a VP no matter what. We can either take a type 2 spell and convert chits, or we can get a magic 2 for chit. So we have to... Now, the thing about the spell is, the spell would, strangely enough, put the Berserker in the lead for spells, because no one else has a learned spell today. So that would be a huge win. But but it has to be castable. You have to convert a chit. And I'm not certain what I am converting. So let's do this first. For anything else, let's just score. So we score the Druid's test. That's 1 point. So the Berserker gets his 2nd card and his 4th point. So he is firmly in 2nd place now. Now, the question is, he can get 2 points by taking the spell. But he has to convert at least 1 chit to cast it. And that becomes clunky because I don't know what chit. Like, there are some characters that I go, yep, I would totally burn that chit because it's useless. There are not, the Berserker does not have those chits. Absolutely does not have them. There is not a chit in this set that I would go, yes, I would get rid of that for the Berserker. Maybe the T6 fight. Only because he has a T5 fight. I'm going to do that because it's sort of funny. So we're going to take that. So we score 1 VP because we get our card. We are going to get a random type 2 spell. So I'm going to copy this deck and paste it. Because by random, it's literally any spell, and the other spells go. So he gets Flame Sword. His double chits. Yes, absolutely. I typically look for chits that he has 2 of. You're absolutely correct. The problem is the Berserker. I would not turn in a fight T4. I wouldn't. His double chits. So the problem with the Berserker is his double chits are really good. And he needs those to fatigue. So I'm going to turn in this fight T6. He gets Flame Sword, which is sort of funny. It's not a good spell for him, by the way. But he does learn it. And I'm going to turn this chit in. So he has a type 2 6, which sucks because I absolutely don't know that chit exists in the game. Other ones, I know I can just pull somebody and go, yep, that guy has a type 2 times 6 chit. Okay. I don't think anybody has a type 2 times 6 chit in the game. I think that's ridiculous. This is crazy talk. What I'm going to do is this. I am going to copy a chit from somebody, the Druid. So this chit is going to go away. This chit's going to take its place, but I'm going to do this. This is redneck engineering right here. Let's, I'm going to pull that off of there. And I am going to shrink this down. The time is actually 6. Good enough. Okay, now chain these together. Done. There you go. Our new chit. So the Berserker has a type 2 6 chit. He has Flame Sword. Not useful at all for him. At all. It is a bad spell to learn. But what that does do is that gives the Berserker a single spell, which right now he leads spells. And because he leads spells, he gets 2 points. And he rolls into second place pretty hard with 6 points. The Druid teaches him the lore of the Flame Sword. And he's like, yeah, I get an axe. The Druid's like, shut up and learn this spell. And he's like, yes, master. And he learns the spell. Done. And so the Druid's test is done. It has been scored and gone. I'm having a hard time getting the... and the Druid is gone. And the Berserker's not even done with his move. He moves back into the valley and then rests all frickin' day. So back to the valley, and let's rest 3 chits. I'm going to take the Berserk chit and rest that up. I'm not going to rest my magic chit. That's just silly. I'm going to rest this guy and pull this guy out. Done. And we are done. So we have... There you go. And so right there, the scores have shifted considerably. With the Berserker in second place. The Flame Sword spell... yes, it does. It comes from one of the expansions. Yes, I forget which. So what I did when I did the spell, so I gathered all the spells that made sense, I thought, and then I put them all together. And then I was just doing at home, I have a chart with dice. If you learn a random spell, those are the spells. But here I could do cards. He is cheating. Wait a minute. But yes. All those spells are all from various expansions. A couple of them are spells that I created, but most of them are from all the bits, Realm Speak and Expansion 1 and so on and so forth. And Flame Sword's great, by the way. Like, I love some of the spells are great because I feel that a lot of characters actually suffer in terms of the spells they can pick aren't that great. But when you add all the spells together, you go, wow, there's a lot of different strategies I can employ as character X, right? So, for instance, like I said, the wizard. This is a great combo for the wizard. The wizard really kicks ass with Flame Sword and Sleep. Again, both from expansions. Because this shit is bitching for a Flame Sword. So all of a sudden, he can kill tremendous unarmored creatures at a time 3. That's a winner. And that's better than Fiery Blast, for instance, for some stuff, for most stuff. Unless he wants to go kill the rogues or whatever. But again, my house rule is you can't kill neutrals without a cause, without them insulting you. So I love the expansion spells. Huh. No. I am not mastering them. That's why I don't post training videos, because I actually no longer know what I'm doing wrong. like that's yes, and it's badass because Gandalf. I love the fact that the wizard's like, yep, flaming sword. Yes, I do love that. You're right. So, okay, so that's good. The Berserker is actually back to form. I have actually started watching some of your playthroughs, Vagabond, on for Realmspeak, because I'm like, oh, that's fun. It's nice to watch someone else play the game. And it's good that we're sort of out and about, if that makes any sense. Like, I love the fact that this game still has a strong following and that we're still out there on YouTube somewhere. I don't know. It sort of makes me vaguely happy. The Druid's going to hide. And he moves in to here. And I think nothing appears. Oh, I think either way, I took the wrong troll the first time. This troll appears here the second time anyway. Oh, no, he does not. So that's my fault. I screwed up. I took the wrong troll on the vault the first day. This troll is from Stink, and the Druid doesn't have to draw that troll, so he does not. So he is here on the vault with the troll. Done. And now it is the wizard's turn. And the wizard, I think, is going to here. And then he is going to hide and he's going to rest. So his hide. He fails. Now, fortunately, no, not fortunately, something actually appears. We get Stink, and Stink is giants. And he's not in a mountain clearing, so he does not get the benefit of his special ability that he gained from the quest, and so the giant comes. Now, fortunately for the wizard, he can actually escape a giant. No, I don't post training vids because I actually sort of suck at this game. like the funny part is, I don't post training vids because unless I'm playing my own very specific version of the game, I'm not 100% sure I'm doing it right. I'll be totally honest with you. And that's fine. That's okay. That's where I'm at. Let's not, but I do not want to overstate my Magic Realm prowess. I assume that if I play in a group of Magic Realm base game dudes, I would lose every time and be miserable and so on. So we failed to hide. Oh, we did rest, by the way. So we got that shit back. That's cool. Failed the hide. We got jumped by the giant. We're going to escape to here. when combat comes, and I don't think anybody else has a fight. So we are done. Now, the wizard can kill giants, and the wizard has Giant Slayer, so he is very into this particular fight. So we need to pay attention to that. Does anyone else have... No one else has Giant Slayer. The White Knight has Plant Your Flag, which he just did do. So we're going to take that card, and I'm going to copy it and paste it. The reason I do is because there are a very few things which allow you to look back through the deck. But so we do get another card, though. So we need to make sure that the White Knight gets that. Explore the Borderland. Oof, interesting. The game has endless possibilities. Mastering it comes with modding it, not necessarily winning competitive games. Sure. I feel bad because... Look, I love this game with this variant. I really do. I truly do. I've played it way too many goddamn times online. I feel bad only because I don't want someone coming to this video and going, oh, that's Magic Realm. And I go, no, that's not Magic Realm. You need to play the other game. Like, you need to play the base game and figure out the base game. This is wacky. I'm the only person playing this game. Oh, and I think one other person who has... I posted my save game for this, and they took it and actually helped me clear up some of the messes that I had. So, Tom has helped me fix some of the stuff that I had, and he might or might not play with the expansion. I don't know. And strangely enough, I'm good with that. Like, if one person plays with it, I'm like, yep, I won. I got one person who did a thing, and I impacted one person's experience, and I'm good. I am happy with that. Please do not underestimate your efforts. Oh yeah, sure. No, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you're watching. I'm not bitching but I'm just saying that this isn't Magic Realm exactly. It's a weird bastardization of Magic Realm that has a lot of wackiness. I'm not a purist. I love to open the game up and get more shit out there. And I love wacky chaos. Again, the Berserker. Remember, the Berserker's the only one that's learned a spell today. That's stupid. But anyway, so be it, right? But I'm okay with that. Like, I love that. I love that whole vibe, and that's what I'm here for. So, where are we at? It's day 14. Oh my God. Okay, so it's day 14. Now, the funny part is, the White Knight and day 14 ideally wants to get out of the deep woods and doesn't want anyone else in the deep woods at all, because he gets a boon if, and only if, the deep woods stays unmonstered with drinking advice. Can you get better? You're probably impacted too now. I want to play Flamesword Wizard. I love Flame. Like, that's a great spell. Well, and plus, I'll be honest, the reason it's so good is because it's a type 2 purple spell, which, again, uses the wizard's... It's made for the wizard almost, guaranteed, because it uses the wizard's... the three types of chits the wizard has perfectly. And his fight chit, the M3, again, perfect combination for the wizard. Now, again, you are giving up Fiery Blast? Absolutely. But the wizard making use of Fiery Blast, he doesn't really get to make use of Fiery Blast. Now, don't get me wrong. Fiery Blast Sleep is a good combo. But yeah, like, Fiery Blast Sleep is also a good combo. So what does the white... So the White Knight wants to get out of his tile so he can score Plant Flag. And that would give him potentially he gets to choose. He gets 1d6 gold, which is sort of lame. But he could probably take a peasant militiaman, which I really should write the damn stats down on the card, so that's my fault. He could take a peasant militiaman and have 2 followers, which wouldn't suck. It's not gonna the peasant militiaman's not gonna break. It's not gonna. What do you want to say? It's not gonna make or break him. I might take the gold. If he was hurting, I would take the 1d6 rest phases from the supplies. But he does need to get out of dodge, in my opinion. Not that the altar is bad for him, but it doesn't do him a great deal of good. So how do we get explore the borderlands? I've seen you use Fire Blast. Not good. I roll a lot of 6s on Fire Blast, Rob. You know that. You've seen that. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 because I have the boots and hide. So yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, hide. And I found this so we're going to go move, 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 and move back into the ruin. And it's ruin 5, I think. And we're going to hide first. So done. And one of those is an extra move. So we'll do the first one. That gets us out of the deep woods. It gets us closer because we just pulled to explore the borderlands, which, we have an extra move. So it's actually not as bad as most characters do. So we might be able to do that in 3 days or 2 days or whatever. Not 2 days, but 3 days. And that's 2 points. Which, well, I hate that the White Knight is just kicking the shit out of the game right now, but he is. The Druid. What is the Druid doing? Where is the Druid? So he's here. I think he just gets to the valley. Hate to say it, but I think he move to the valley. He just wants out. And then we need to rest to get our stuff back and then figure out our plan. He has Explore the Cliff, which he can get to. Snake Charmer's not so cool. We do need to get rid of Armorer, but we don't have a good place to do that. Armorer is dumb for the Druid, but we can't. Well, yeah, no, that's my fault. Well, and luck. I thought he was going to get Minor. And that would have put him up, and so on. And with Nudge, I thought he was... so anyway, The Berserker, our friend the Berserker. What's the Berserker doing today? The Berserker needs Sacrifice Dragon Slayer. This is not a good dragon for the Berserker, though. This is not the dragon he wants to fight. This thing is fast. It hits him every time. Flips over to that side, which is better for him, but not great for him. And then that head, eats him alive. So I am not fighting. That is not the dragon I'm fighting. This is not the dragon you're looking for. I'm going to use the Force. But I do think this dragon's not quite as bad. It sucks a little bit, but not quite as bad. So I think our Berserker is going to... do we need more rests? We do. White Knight might get cocky. Wrong tremendous dragon for the Berserker. Yes. Right, it absolutely is. I think the Berserker is going to hide. Absolutely. He's going to move to the ruins. So move to the ruins. And then, frankly, I think he... Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Then I think he hires twice. I think he's going to try to get his buddy... Oh, no, his buddy's dead. Okay, hold on. We're hiring... You know what? That just shows how sad we are. He's like... He looks at the picture of Rogue... He looks at the locket with Rogue 7's picture, and then we do a montage of Rogue 7 skipping through shit. Yeah, 100%. And then he's dead. He's super dead. We do need to get a large treasure. Okay. He does need the keys. He does. You're absolutely correct. He needs the keys. The problem with trading with the folks is he's actually not on the correct path, if that makes any sense. He would need to find this path to get on the correct path to trade. He is not in a good way. I think what he does is I think we go... So what does Smoke see? Yeah. So we get both of these guys. So I tell you what we're going to do. This is sort of weird, but we're going to move. So we're going to hide. We're going to move and move to Ruin 2. And then we're going to rest and extra rest. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, done. And then what we're hoping to get is we're hoping to get the heavy dragon here and the big dragon here. And then we can just move out and kill the big dragon because we can totally kill the big dragon in a heartbeat. And that's going to get us Dragon Slayer. So that's what we're going to do on day 14 for him. The wizard. What is the wizard doing? So day 14, he has gold magic everywhere. What's the goal of the wizard? Okay, I know what the goal of the wizard is. So he moves to 3. Spell. He's going to enchant. How's that? He's going to hide. He's going to move to the giant. Done. Just go with that. All right. Let's see where we're at here. So it is day 14. We do 2 dice, the dangerous day 7s. There is gold magic in every clearing because of our random chit draw there. What are the 2 monster dice? 4 and 6. Ooh. So this giant comes off the board. The bat comes back from the dead. Let's see how that looks for our heroes. I do love this game, by the way. Love it. I cannot express to you. Again, I've known this game longer than... I've known this game longer than my wife. Most of my current friends, gaming group. The only thing I've not done this longer than is D&D. I learned D&D when I was 8. I learned this game when I was 9. Done. There you go. D&D has 1 year on this game. I would say drinking. That would be weird, right? Like, no, I started drinking when I was 14. Let's understand something. That's terrible. But okay, the wizard. So the wizard moves to 3. Like he does, he spells, burns. Well, he has gold magic in every clearing, so he doesn't even need to burn anything. He uses this shit and gold magic, and he's going to flip this. Done. Then he moves back into 5. He hides, so let's hide. Hiding is important. Please hide, wizard. He does. And then that's it. So the giant comes back, which is sort of awesome. And that is our day for the Wizard. I think he's going to score Giant Slayer today. Good for him. The Berserker hides. Ah, he fails. The Berserker fails his hide. So he's going to move to Ruin 2. So he goes down, down, and then he does rest, which brings actually both of his chits back. I did not learn to play till July of this year, thanks to you. Well, I appreciate that. So I appreciate the kind words, of course, always. If you learn from me, God help you. But hopefully between me, the tutorials, the videos, the book of learning, Realm Speak, you can sort of go, oh, I can play whatever. I'm amazed at the possibility. Still learning the base game. Can't wait to delve into the expansions. No, absolutely. I mean, the base game is wonderful, and it held me for years and years and years and years enthralled, right? I do think there's a point where you go, well, okay, I get this now, and it sort of runs out of steam a little bit. Not that you can't keep playing it, you can. But yeah, there's a little bit there. So he does get that. Does anything appear? 4 and 6. Roar 4 does draw this guy. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Roar 4 draws these guys, because these guys came back to life too. I did not see them. I did watch a lot of those videos, by the way. I bought 2 copies, have a room now as a Magic Realm room. That's awesome. I used to play. So I used to play when I was in high school. I had a room. I was an only child. Duh. I mean, look at me, for God's sake. Obviously, I was an only child. I was an only child. I had a room. It was a fairly big room. And what I would do is, in the corner, I would set up in the corner Magic Realm of my room. And I didn't have any tables, or I didn't have desks or whatever. So I would set it up on the floor. Put out a board or a cardboard or whatever, and set up on the floor and play like 8 character games and just leave them set up for days and days and days. And they would consume my days, right? I would come home from school and boom, my Magic Realm game was there with 8 characters. I'd play a couple days, right? Do some homework, be done. And then it was wonderful. I love those. 8-player game would not be cool here because it would take too freaking long. I'd have to do 68 videos to get the game done. But yes, I agree that Gene Michael's videos are great. I've watched many of those also in my consumption of all things Magic Realm. So the Berserker draws these 2 trolls. He doesn't care about those 2. He was hoping for a 1 to roll, because a 1 would have drawn 2 monsters, 1 here and 1 here. So, not great. I don't know if he hit or not. I didn't roll. Don't remember rolling it, if I'm to be honest. I'm going to roll it for giggles. Let's say he's hidden. It doesn't matter because it's just trolls. Done. The Druid. Where is our buddy? He's here, and he has the most boring day. Oops, he carries the vault with him. He just walks to here. He just gets out of dodge. Which he needed to get out of dodge anyway. He needs to sort of rethink and replan. And the White Knight is also getting out of dodge. He's hiding and moving to Ruins 5. Now, that might not be getting out of dodge. Oh, he does not hide. Oof, that's rough. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and these trolls jump him. Oof, that is a rough haul for the knight. Don't love that at all for him. Oh, that is the worst. Now, he has Troll Slayer, so that's great. These are not the trolls you were looking for. A lifetime project. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So what combats do we have? Let's do this one. This is an easy one. The Wizard first with our Giant. So remember, we're hidden. We're going to cast Flame Sword. So Flame Sword turns this into a sword. I'm not even going to, you know, he gets a cool bitchin' sword. He gets a L star sword. Let's actually pull that. So I should make that for him. Strangely enough, it's actually a cross between a great sword, because its length is 8, I think, right? Yeah. It's a cross between a great sword and a short sword. So he gets a where's the worst sword in the game? I can't find the worst sword in the game. Let's keep that in mind. Short sword, done. So it is a cross between this and this. So it's a little awkward because I don't have one made. I should make one. So we're just going to call this and know that it's length 8 and it's L star star. In fact, let's just copy this and paste it. And there you go. There's his weapon. He's going to play. Now remember, he's hidden. The giant doesn't know he's here. So he's going to play that weapon with that attack. And that's going to auto hit the giant for M star star damage, which is tremendous. And he's going to kill it. If he's hidden, this is an auto kill. But he has to cast Flame Sword first, which could be dicey. Let's see if he's still hidden after the ambush. He is. Done. And so he kills him. That's an auto kill, 100%. If it's an ambush and he fails the hide, then yeah, it sucks a little bit, but the attack's still fast enough to beat the giant. It's still an auto kill. So we get 8 prowess from a giant. Let's do that right here. Giant, 8 prowess, which scores him 8. It's not amazing, but it does get him on the board. And the wizard with the flame sword could go on a killing spree. Like I've scored really high with him some days. Giant Slayer gives him a card, and he is winning cards. Hardcore winning the cards. He's got 4 points. And he does, unfortunately, so I didn't do this. He gets, when you draw this card, you get to place a visitor at a dwelling. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll put a visitor at any. So I'm going to put the crone somewhere. And I'm going to let him do the closest dwelling. Let's put him there. There you go. So we got Giant Slayer. We're done. 8 prowess, an extra card. And we are done. We get a new quest card. And that is Deep Dive. Ooh, okay. All right, that's one of the worst quests in the game, by the way. Pub Crawl sucks on most maps. Deep Diver sucks because no one wants to face the octopus if they can help it. Deep Diver, loot a treasure from the pool. Go for it, pal. And we know where the pool is. The pool is, where's the pool? The pool is somewhere, right? It's right here. It's right here. The pool is here. It's not far away. And yet, if that octopus comes up, everyone's dead meat. Like, there's no character that really does well against that octopus. Now, don't get me wrong. The octopus hits you for light damage and then flips. Some characters can manage the time 4. Like the White Knight, I think, can mostly... no, maybe not. I'd have to pay attention. I have to look more. Does any... Oh, the White Knight has a fight, by the way. Let's get to that. Flaming Sword on round 2, you got him. No, I'd have to. Ooh, good question. Good question. On the octopus? No. I mean, you might hit him on round 2. No. You can do the whole round 2, but you're not guaranteed to hit the octopus ever. It's a. So the only problem we have. So we have a buddy though. So this does make this a tiny bit less shitty, unless our buddy gets killed. But he will not necessarily get you. No. So I think we lure one like that. And he cannot be auto-hit, and he will auto-hit the troll. And the other one we take on our sheet. And don't get me wrong, we're going to take some damage here. But we don't need to play anything super fast. Ideally, we don't want to get auto-hit, so that's fine. Done. There goes the lead. Funny. I think we're good. I think this crossbow's going to show us what he's made of, right? All right, let's do R first. So what we want to do is we want him to line up. Weapon is long. 1 or a 4? No, a 2. Womp womp. So he goes down to the bottom. Does he flip? He does not flip. So he misses us, we miss him, and we have to fatigue. And that does suck a little bit. Let's go over here. Our crossbowman. Where does this guy go? 2. So he goes down to the bottom. Does he flip? Doesn't really matter at this point, but he does not. So our crossbowman will hit, because he does hit, with a time 1. This guy is heavy and armored. All we need to do is 3, 2, or 1. 25-ish% chance to kill the guy. Let's do it. Let's do it. No, that's a 4. That's -1 level. Medium damage. Does not kill the troll. Done. That's round 1. We have to fatigue a move, which we did. Our weapon goes to that side. So all of a sudden, not so damn bad. Now, here's the funny part. You know what I'm not going to do? Fatigue. I'm going to play this. And you're like, why are you playing that? You're going to get hit. No, I'm not. I'm hitting him first, no matter what. This Morningstar is the bitch. It's the shit. The Morningstar, look, it's almost cheating. It's almost cheating. And if you were allied with the order like the game actually says, it would be cheating. So we're not going to do that. We're only friendly. Let's see where this guy goes. He goes down here. 6, not cheating. Does he flip? Doesn't really matter. He doesn't flip. We undercut him and kill him. Done. Round 2, we kill this troll. Now we're hoping our guy does not die. Let's see. We hope he doesn't. He goes to 6, so that's perfect. Perfect. Now our weapon, by the way, flips over. 3, 2, or 1 kills him. We get a 5, and we do not. Oh, whoa! That die flipped right over. The crossbowman kills him, and we're pissed because instead of 15 points, we only got 10. You little son of a bitch! You stole my glory. So we killed 2 trolls for 10. That's 10 prowess. That gives us 25, which puts us in 2nd place still. But we do get Troll Slayer. Which we can turn in when we want to, but we do get the VP right now. And that's our 4th card. And the White Knight is sort of kicking it. He gets 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points in the first 2 weeks. So not a terrible battle for our guy. This we do turn in. If we turn this in, we can get a potion of Troll's Blood. Instantly get 6 phases of rest. We have to turn it into a visitor, though. Which we know where a visitor is, but, you know, whatever, right? So, let's draw a card. Gift exchange. Trade with a friendly or ally. Give them one of your treasures. You score a VP and take any item from their stash. Now, I typically have made that a... I should really rethink that a little bit. I've typically done a treasure from their stash. Whereas right now it looks like any item feels like he could go back to the order and get a warhorse, which sounds a little too much for me. Okay, I'll think about that. We did get Troll Slayer. Not bad. He's having a great game, the White Knight. Berserker's not doing bad. Is that it for the day, or do we have another fight? 28 days is not enough time. I agree with you. I do agree with you. Like, it's rough. 28 days is rough. It puts a lot of time pressure on these characters. And because they're not doing, you know, because the cards sort of dictate locations a lot, again, it makes go Berserker and Wizard. I agree. I'm all in. Let's take a quick look. So I think, yeah, the Wizard did his gig. He killed his guy. So he got Giant Slayer. Berserker's good. White Knight's good. So we have two. It's literally 2, 4, 6, 8. That's how we're ending the week here. So let's take a quick look at where we are. We have Plant Flag. I think I want the 1d6 gold, even though it's one of the. It's possibly super lame to get a single gold piece out of the week. Let's see what we get. One. We do get 1. So 1. We have 12 gold. Do we have anyone else that needs paying attention to? The Druid in last, but the Berserker making actually quite a bit of stride here. So he's not doing bad. And the Wizard could plant his flag, except this dragon is killing him. So we'll have to figure that out. He has Explore Mountain. Where is the mountain? Over here. Oof, that's... Now, don't get me wrong. Explore Mountain's great for him because he doesn't draw smoke. He can just walk on up there and be fine. It's just a lot of days again. So, yeah, pretty happy. Wow, that was a good first 2 weeks. I feel bad that I can only get 2 weeks done in a weekday stream because it'd be fun to just finish, like, just go. Just do this whole thing. Especially if people are hanging out and chatting. I do love that, by the way. Like, the chat, I'll be honest. I do this literally for chats. And to a lesser degree, comments. I love comments and responding to comments. But chat is why I do 90% of this. And so people here hanging out and chatting really does, what do you want to say? Yeah, I'm gratified by that. So I appreciate it, guys. Where are we at the end of the week? Let's check real quick. So we have 25 prowess versus 26. The White Knight is in second place. He is in first place with gold because everyone else is in sort of shitty space with gold, right? No one's done anything otherwise. So he has 2 points. But that 2 points is going to go away in a heartbeat with anyone doing anything else. Very late or very early here. Oh, there you true. Good point. And second in Great Treasures, the Druid only has Great Treasures 1. He does need, by the way, to look at that black book. Like, because keep in mind, I play with all the optional rules for the characters. The Druid is immune to curses, so he could literally learn 2 spells in a heartbeat. I mean, don't get me wrong, it might take him forever. But he learns 2 spells. He's in first place. That gives him 2, drops the Berserker 1, and he gets him 2 spells, which may or may not be useful. So I do need to get, and he's immune to curses, so I need to get to that. That's easy points. The Berserker, first place in prowess, first place in spells, because of course he got the cheesy spell. Otherwise, not, doing fine. I need to figure out, I think, how to sort of get the next set of steps. I thought he was going to get Dragon Slayer, but he did not. I thought he was going to roll a 1. He didn't roll a 1. Such is life. Is there anything else? Sacrifice. The problem is I do not have a large treasure to sacrifice. So that's one that I'm like wondering if he might get rid of, because he's out of treasures, he's done, and so on. So, but I think he's had a very good game for someone that I've killed multiple times. And the Wizard, again, fine game so far. It's just that he's spent so much time in quests, and he hasn't gotten anything. Like, he hasn't looted the Horde, for instance, because that would be, potentially a winner for him. But that dragon is a bad choice for him. So I think we'll have to figure out what to do with the Wizard and the Druid. And I think the Berserker and the White Knight are sort of on their path to victory. So we're going to save the game. There you go. It is saved. So we are in good shape. And probably call it here, guys, even though I would love to stay and hang out and chat more. But it's almost midnight here. And then, I don't know where it is, Vagabond, where you're at. But it could be, but my understanding you're in a different time zone. And that could be several hours later. So it could be like 3 or 4 o'clock. And you'd be like, oh, God. If you're a French speaker, then what? Are you GMT -5? Or no, you might, we're GMT +5. You might be GMT, which were ridiculous, by the way. So, yes. So, glad. Rob, good to see you always. Magic Realm Vagabond, I'm going to go watch the rest of your vids tomorrow on YouTube. Raven Rock, always pleasant to see you, although you are hanging like the sword of Damocles over my head with your Crown Royal whiskey. Scott, of course, always good to see you. And that's it. I'm going to talk to you guys later on. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. So you're GMT, effectively. So, good luck with that. GMT +1. Okay. 5:50. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. So have a great night. Thanks for showing up, Vagabond and Rob, and chatting, and Raven. I will talk to you. I'm going to try to post a couple videos. I still have a lot of stuff to finish. My Crown and Skull a review. And, so I think tomorrow and Friday we're going to get a couple things out the door. So thanks a lot. I will talk to you guys later. I appreciate